Tapanamona, morning true, Talofa, good morning. Welcome to the ICC Under-19 Women's World Cup EAP qualifier. Try saying that with a mouthful of Wheaties, hey? What a treat we have in store for you this morning, guys, this afternoon as well, and also over the next 7 days. This morning, Samoa versus Vanuatu. This afternoon, the PNG Cialas with a confident young squad from Fiji. Move over rugby, it's cricket's time to shine in the Pacific. 5 squads of Asia's finest young players, all with one goal, one chance, one opportunity. A dream to make the finals of the Under-19 T20 in Nepal and Bangladesh in January 2027. It's a prize well worth fighting hard for. In the meantime, we've got a game on our hands this morning. A chirpy squad from Vanuatu greeted us for the photo shoot yesterday morning, followed by the more reserved group from the Navigator Islands. Both teams have different development programs, different pathways, and today we will witness the fruits of their wares. A pass score today? We don't know. I've chatted to everyone about it. Some say 80 runs might be a pass score, some say 90 runs, some say 70. In my humble opinion, I'd be happy with about 85 to 90 runs. If you're batting first, like Samoa are, that's a good starting goal to have. We think the pitch will be true. I chatted this morning to Chief Groundsman Vani, who produces these marvellous pitches here at Amini Park. He said the pitch will be an absolute belter. We've got 2 pitches lined up over the next 7 days. He said there'll be a bit of lateral movement early due to the rain and the bit of tinge of green. He said there's going to be consistent bounce. He said it's going to be good pace, and he said it's going to take a bit of spin, which will delight all the teams in this tournament. We all like a bit of spin. We like a bit of leggies, off spade. I know there's a couple of left arm orthodox spinners in this tournament as well. Great unknown, guys, under-19 girls squads. It's like the new kids on the block in cricket. We don't know a lot about them, but I know after yesterday we're going to find out a lot about them over the next few days. 2020 Internationals, Amini Park. Amini Park, the home of cricket in PNG. Welcome around the world. Welcome our Samoan friends. Welcome our friends from Vanuatu. We're going to have a fun day today calling this game. Samoa's batting first. They've won the toss. And like most of the cricket we've seen over the past in Amini Park, winning captains tend to choose to bat here. They like the look of the pitch. Mansali will be our opening bowler. Hadia and Tia will be our opening batters. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. First over will be bowled. It looks like H from the Bassini end. In the box with me today, we have Halai Willie. It's like the H's festival here today, guys. We have Halai, Halai, Hella and Healy. That's the combination here in the box and outside on the camera. So anyone that comes into the box today, they have to have a surname starting with H. That's just one of the rules we have here at Cricket PNG. If your surname doesn't start with H, don't bother knocking on the door. The Vanuatu team. Stephen is actually going to open with, I think, is it from the Manu in there, H? Just fill us in. Yeah. So there's been a change in plan here. Stephen from the Manu end, waving directions, making sure she's only got 2 players out in the first 6 over power play, one of the rules of 2020 cricket, and a good rule for that. So have a circular field. Inside we have 4 on the onside, 3 on the off at this stage, and of course a deep backward, or just a square leg, I'd say, looking out the window, H, and the other one is a mid-wicket. As we said, this pitch will take some spin, and so right arm over the wicket from Stephen will start us off for this series. Flicks the ball from one hand to the other. A juddery run. In she comes. Slightly down the leg side, the umpire's called that wide, and they've run through for an extra run, which brings it 2 off the first delivery. Good way to get off the mark. Just a loosener there from Stephen. Looks like she's been a bit stiff today, H. Just can warm those muscles up. What a magnificent uniform the Vanuatu girls have had designed for them for this tournament. It looks absolutely stunning. Once again, see if we can land one here. Jatu runs right arm over, floats that one up, tried to push around the corner. That's called a wide again by Helen. Once more, let's get a legitimate one. That one is really floated up just on the off stump that time. She found the corridor H and she's pretty happy, pretty relaxed. Rushes back to the bowling mark. As we know, there are time restrictions in one-day cricket, especially 20 over limit. We go once more. She's found her length and line now after a nervous start, H, and we're relieved about that. Once again, jogs back to the bowling mark, gathers herself as Hadia takes strike. Once again, pushed on the onside, and they scurry through. A shot at the stumps and appeal. Helen looks carefully in perfect position. The PNG based umpire here in Port Moresby. A shake of the head. Good cricket all round. Score check H, none for 3. None for 4 now. It rolls over. On strike Tia. Bit of a wrong in there, rolled that one over the top of the head there, H. Bit of a wristy there, no run. Want to see that one again, H, on the replay, I think. I think they're slightly different, but definitely pushed through quicker. Yeah, did have a look at that. Bit of extra bounce there too. Next, back live, slightly over pitch, push on the offside again. A misfield at mid-on, and they're going to scurry through for, hopefully, for their sake, 3 runs. And they'll settle happily with that. So a brisk start, guys. A brisk start so far. None for 6, and we're only up to the. We've still got one legitimate delivery to come. Found her length now. Pushed slightly back of the point position. Shot at the stumps, and they jogged through for 1 run. By our calculations, that's over. Helen calls it. Score check is 7 runs off the first over. And if that is maintained for the duration, then that's going to really blow aside our predictions at the start of the game, H, of about 80 runs. So hopefully the Vanuatu girls can settle down with line and length and restrict this very first good over. In here we have with us this morning Roz too. Roz is going to help us out with promoting the game. She's our, what's your official title, Roz? You seem to have a different title each time I meet you. So Roz works here in the Department of, I want to say advertising, is it, Roz? How would you describe yourself, Roz?
Hi everyone, thank you Tony. Here for today, doing media management for Cricket Papua New Guinea. Cricket Papua New Guinea. We have a great weather out here at Amini Park, and I'm glad to join everyone. So if you're watching from across the East Asia Pacific or globally, thank you so much for joining us here today. Tony has had a great start, and we already have under 19 Vanuatu women and Samoa on the pitch. So the weather looks fine. And we're really looking forward to a great match today, game 1 of day 1.
Thanks, Roz. Great introduction. Roz is going to be helping us here over the next few days and guest commentary, and also making sure we acknowledge all the great sponsorship we get here in Port Moresby as well and across Papua New Guinea. And of course the ICC. Thank you for putting this on for us, guys. Very blessed with the weather. We know, having a look at the weather forecast. Munsell's going to be bowling her right arm mediums from the Vicini end to start off with. Proud sponsors on the back of their shirt. I know the Holiday Inn do a great job in Vanuatu sponsoring the teams that come out of there, both the senior teams and the junior teams. So thank you. The team in Port Villa. Tia to take strike. Munster looks around, making sure her field's set properly. 4 on the on, 4 on the off, 2 out of the circle, and she comes. Slight bit of spin, romped, pushed onto the leg side and tucked round the corner, an easy run, which brings Adia onto strike. What do you think of the uniforms, Roz? Aren't they spectacular, the Vanuatu uniforms, hey?
The colour.
Oh, the colour, the design, the ambience.
Vanuatu is such a exciting team, you know. They're very happy most of the time. That's the first thing I've noticed yesterday. So
yes. This one's pushed to mid wicket and they take 1 run. Yes, it was an interesting morning yesterday, Roz. Roz and I had the delight of meeting every girl from every team yesterday, and it was a tale of 4 or 5 places, really, wasn't it, Roz? Eh?
yeah.
And she comes once more, found her length early, short outside the off stump, reach, and that's a wide, called wide by the umpire. 3 of our umpires from New Zealand, 1 from Indonesia, and of course Helen, our local. We'll just call her H because she fits the scene here. She could come up to the commentary box, H, couldn't she? Hey, we've got Hiriri, Hello, Hella, and Hilly. Once more. That one's pushed on the leg stump. Half-hearted appeal was never going to be out. So more conservative over this time, 3 off the first couple. So hopefully they can rein things in a little bit, Vanuatu. We said if we get a run rate of about 5 runs per over, Rods, that's going to be a formidable total at the end of all this. And cutting down the extras is so important. You know, and she comes once more. Again, slightly short outside the off stump, a play and a miss. And from that calculation, the umpires just signalled 2, which means 2 more deliveries to go on this, or 2 more legitimate deliveries to go in this over. Once more. Munster in, right arm over the wicket, pushes that one onto leg stump, thumps the pad. That would have been the most optimistic peel in history, I think, and there would have been a right if that was given out. Pitched outside the leg stump. We're blessed to have such wonderful umpires flying in for this tournament. It really is. We've got our own excellent umpires here in PNG, but fabulous to have these international umpires coming in to help us. Again, push the leg side, over pitched, push round the corner, easy does it, no risk, and just the 1 run. And by calculations, that is over. So let's have a score check here. None for 11 as it rocks over. Of the first 2 overs, a run rate of 5.5. Adia on 2 Tia. I've just missed her score, but we'll have a look up here. And there's our bowling statistics as well. Right, it could be a change in the bowler here, I hate, so we'll have another look. Seems like we are rotating the bowlers early, which is a very common occurrence here. Have a look. Yes, it is. It's Karu coming in. I thought it might be Karu. Stephen did look very nervous, so she might just need a little time to settle down and get the nerves in order, and hopefully she gets another crack at it later in the game. But Karu once again, right arm over the wicket, medium paces, looks like a little bit of outswing with that action. Bit of a dance at the start. In she comes and hits a good spot, slightly short and tucked away for 1 run. The old stop it with your foot trick, and back for 2. Tell you what, H, that could have been disastrous, slippery as anything out there this morning. There's a dew on the grass, guys. You can't see it, but even walking was dangerous for an old man like me. There's a big dew there, so stopping with your foot could end up in a great deal of pain. In comes Karu once more. That little skip at the start. Nice high action, rolls the fingers over the top of that one. Just a backward square leg, short backward square leg, 1 run. They're going through for a second, an overthrow, and that will bring 2 runs to Tia there. So a very bright start for these pair. We're on none for 13. Rolls up now to none to 15. And that's a brilliant start. With still 4 deliveries to go in this over. Once again, Karu short and wide outside the off stump and push to the covers with no great power, no great timing, and stop well at the cover fielder. And she comes once more, pushes back. No time between deliveries here. The bowlers do not have massive run-ups in the competition so far, only a maximum of 5 steps. A bit like Creo cricket H, isn't it, eh? And she comes once more. Nice high action, pushes that one onto leg stump. Desperate dive at mid-on there. And they couldn't control that one, I don't think, H, could they, or did they? Tia on strike. Hadia on strike, and as they push through for that 1 run. Hadia. It's her little off break there. Wide goal by Helen. Shot at the stumps and 1 run. Top of the extra. Yeah, there has been a bit of nerves in the first couple of overs here at Amini Park. Hopefully the bowlers can settle down and hit a good line and length. Make it difficult for the batters. Once more. Again, wide outside the off stump. Helen signals that wide. It's going to prolong this over as well, H. It's 2 in this over so far. Remember, in this form of cricket, if you do hit a wide, it's replayed, but it's not a free hit. It's a no ball that becomes a free hit. Karu. Again, tuck round the corner. That one's got through the field. Races across that slippery boundary for 4 runs. It's 4 to square leg. So line and length hasn't been impeccable so far. It's been a mixed bag of deliveries so far from the 2 bowlers from the Manu end. Short, and that one called out, hit me, and she did. And well done to the batter to pick that gap, because there are 2 fielders out deep on the onside, deep square leg and a deep mid wicket. Karu comes in once more. That one's played far more respectfully. Tucked through where a first slip would be, and they've jogged through for 1 run. That's over, guys. Over to Rod. She's going to thank a few people for making this happen.
Thank you, Tony. Once again, this great tournament won't be made possible without our sponsors, so we have to thank our sponsors. A big shout out and thank you to the ICC, who are major funders. Also, thank you to Trans-Pacific Insurance, MJ Electrical, Steel Industries, Pacific Oz Sports, Pure Water, BizPrint, Oceanic Embroidery, and Able Computing. Some of the banners, as you can see, are coloring Amini Park fence as Vanuatu under 19 and Samoa women are on the pitch. So it's good to see that our sponsors are out. The sun's coming up. Amini Park looks great. Even though we have a small crowd, I tell you, the excitement that is coming from the teams that are on field is just too good. Oh, Tony, what's
Mansell,
happening?
wow, the lucky, I'll tell you what, that's a lucky break there. She's had a big pull at that ball, missed it, and it's taken middle stump out. So the wicket of Tia is the one they wanted, and they did, and they are absolutely delighted. So after a very shaky start with the ball, Mansell's landed one in the right spot. It wasn't quite the shot for the ball. Yeah, and it's taken middle and off stump. So that's a big breakthrough. And hopefully, for the sake of Vanuatu, that can slow things down a little bit. It's an amazing game, this. When H and I were doing the Isuzu Cup the week before last, every time we made a prediction, things turned pear-shaped on us, and the opposite happened. So with 1 wicket now, of the first ball of the 4th over, that really does change things round again, especially when it was the key run scorer for the first couple of overs. So, well batted, young lady. You did your team proud. Very bright start. And I'm sure that Hardia and NJ, they will be trying to maintain that rage. Preferred name is NJ, but Nora Jade is the real McCoy. Once again, lands it on the spot, tucked around the corner. I tell you what, H, if that had missed and pole into those pads, I would have been jumping up for an appeal here. That would have taken leg stump right out of the ground. So a dangerous start, but you've got to be brave in this game, don't you, H? No use poking around. And that's off the mark with 2 runs. So Nora Jade Salima, but on the, we'll call it not NJ because that's what they put up on the screen. Once more in. Very short delivery outside the off stump and slash through the offside. Is it going to get there? Probably not. As we said, it's quite wet in that outfield, as you can see by the fielding effort there. She wasn't going to slip over and embarrass herself. Took a grip and they've settled for 2 runs. Nice little start to the run rate there. 2 runs per delivery at this stage. H should be taking that every day of the week. In comes Mansa once more. Finds a spot there. Pushed back to the bowler uppishly, but no run. 2 deliveries to go in this over. And the run rate has been drawn back a little bit with that wicket. Mansell, right arm over the wicket. Tall, linear, here she comes. This one's in the air, but over the top. And they've pushed through for 1 run. Fielded at mid-wicket. Throw back to the keeper. Slight fumble, but definitely not another run there. Mansell. First wicket in international cricket. I reckon she'll remember that forever. Once more, over pitch down the leg side, not the last ball of the over, and waved as a wide by the umpire. And that's an extra delivery coming up here, and an extra run as well. One of the fun things about 2020 cricket, if you do not bowl or no ball, you overstep that front line, it's a free hit, but we haven't seen one yet. That one's short outside the off stump. That'll be another wide, plus a fumble. They're thinking about running. They are running. Shot at the stumps. Not out. Remember, you can get run out off a wide. I'm sure that's why the hesitation was there, H, in the first place. But it was an easy run. Keeper just getting up a little bit early here, H. She's getting down nice and low on delivery, but basically got up too early for that one. Upright stance. Let's watch her. Down she goes. Over and pushed on the onside that time. No run. It's been a lot of fumbling, and H and I talked about it. I think it's a bit of nerves, but it is the ball is slippery out there, so we'll have to wipe it down a little bit, I think, H. Run rate, the worm that's turning. It's levelling out there, guys. So you can see a very good first over, and it's been a bit of a more levelling out after that. Adir on 2, NJ on 5. Karu looks like she's going to bowl her second over. We'll just clarify that upon the first delivery. Or have we gone back to Stephen? Yeah, as a commentator in 2020 cricket, you've got to be on your toes the whole time in terms of bowling changes, Ros, because they come thick and fast in this form of the game. It's got Karu up there. We haven't had a close look yet. Helen's just waving to the sight screen attendant. Action. It's Lengsau, I think. Is it Lengsau? It is Lengsau. H is pointing for me, guys. They are mixing it up out there, making us keep on our toes. But Langsale is coming in, looks like right arm over, medium pace, hits the spot with a first, slightly down leg side this side, appeal for LBW, shake of the head, pitched outside leg stump, not out any day of the week. Oh boy, a good start by the new bowler. She's hit the spot, and I think that's what the captain's looking for now, looking for someone who can hit that spot and control the run rate to a certain degree with such a bright start. Langsale once more, right arm over. Nice high action. Outside the off stump. H would have cover driven that one through the covers, but still finding their way, the batters, a little bit here. And it's a great start from the new bowler, isn't it, H? You'll be keeping this lady up your sleeve to the last few overs. She is hitting that spot. Full length, Yorker length. Once more, up she comes. Down the leg side. Also wide. Chance for a run out. Not out. I got excited. H got excited. Ros didn't get excited. She could get excited. Whew. Those vocal cords. 1 for 34, guys. In she comes, Langsale wide. That one's short. Not quite hit strongly. I'm not sure if that come off the upper arm or off the thigh pad, and it just trickles away on the onside. No run. NJ'd be kicking herself there. That was one to pull through the onside, either through mid-wicket or the square leg, but she just missed out there. Again, Langsale pushes that one short, outside the off stump, punch through the covers forcefully. It's going to be an easy 2 runs, and the batters jog back. Lovely shot through the covers from NJ, Nora Jane. Salama, preferred name, Nora Jane. Helen has got a hanky there to wipe the ball. As it goes through the offside, they're going to get some of that dew off the ball to maintain it for the full 20 overs. In comes Langsale. Again, outside the off-stump, that's up, she's in the air, getting underneath her 2 fielders, nut, lands outside the inner circle, and they rush back for just the 1 run, which will keep NJ on strike. Adia's only faced a 7 delivery, she's been there for a while, and score now 1 for 37. I had a good chat to Adia yesterday at our pre-match briefings where we met all the players. Delightful, enthusiastic cricketer. Definitely opening batter material, hey? Seems like she's going to be the mainstay of this innings, H. I really think she's the one that said, I'm going to be there at the 15 over mark and push later on, in case we lose wickets, and people can have a bit of a big bash around me. So she's going to be the pillar in the team. Stephen coming back on from the Bassini end this time, hopefully a bit more success. She's making sure her hand's nice and dry. She's got a cloth at the back there coming in, and her leggies this time, hey, she's bowling her leg spin, and that's a bad fumble. They're down the leg side for a while, but they're looking for 2. They're coming through, and another fumble. Lots of nerves out there, guys. 2 runs plus 1 for the wide. In my calculations, that's 3, and that's the case. One thing H and I didn't calculate was a lot of extras in this innings, and it's eventuating that way at the moment. Once again, it's time outside the off stump. It comes straight through with the arm. No run. Brings NJ on strike. It's got a better line, a bit pushed onto the onside. Run. Slightly short. Another mid punch of the arm, punch of the gloves, and I'm sure they're talking about making sure they rotate the strike and don't have too many dot balls. With 2 in a row, they don't want a third one. In comes Stephen, right arm over the wicket, over pitched, whack back to the bowler, no run. So they're playing Creo cricket at the moment. They give that as an out because 3 dot balls, you swap ends and you get a wicket. So Creo cricket, way to go. Once more, Stephen in. Happier this over, happier from this end. Again, comes straight on with the arm, no run, no, and much happier bowler bowling from the Bassini end. Once again, pitch well up, punched into the covers, the short cover and the extra cover, no run. Vanuatu slowly but surely reeling their way in. The last over of the power play, and the last ball is over pitched, hit over mid-on, just gets over the top of mid-on, races down to the boundary. They're looking for 3 and they'll be happy with 2 runs. So just out of the reach. Now things change now, guys. Those new to 2020 cricket, of course, we've got more fielders out of the inner circle now, with 5 being allowed to go around the perimeter of the boundary line in certain positions. So that first power play, 1 for 42. I'd be pretty happy with that from what we predicted at the start of this game. H's favourite graphic is the worm, and we can see a nice steady growth of that worm with only the 1 dot. So yeah, 1 for 42 off 6, that's a run rate of 7. Multiply 7 by 20, 140 would be well above our predictions at the start. We'd like to see how many extras too, with 14 overs have already been bowled. That's been a big killer for Vanuatu so far, the number of wides and extra runs taken from those wides as well in terms of fumbles in the field. So 1 for 42. Now the game changes its mode a little bit. We've got a deep mid wicket, deep mid on. Backward square leg is deep in the inner circle. Still a pretty aggressive field from Vanuatu. Langsau, none for 5 of her first, and she comes right arm over, medium pace, wide outside off stump, and wide is called. An easy decision from H. Adia of 2 of 7, so 2 of 8 now, so she'll be needing to push things along a little bit. Hopefully to rotate the strike. Langsau in, right arm over. Off stump, well pitched up. And through to the keeper. Once more Langsau. Minimal of effort into the run. Nice high action, rolls her fingers there, it's pushed just backward of point and fielded cautiously for 1 run. Saying cautiously because I think it'll take another hour before the oval really dries out. Not a whole lot of wind out there today, so the dew's going to hang around for a little while. H did say, and we talked about, Rosers mentioned it as well, what a brilliant day it is in Port Moresby. Not too hot, a little bit humid. Well wide outside the off stump and called once again. Yes, because we've got 2 massive cyclones sitting in the Coral Sea at the moment, so fingers crossed that they peter themselves out quickly and people are safe, most importantly, that they've avoided Port Moresby at this stage of proceedings. That's over pitch, that will be called a no ball, and also 1 for the extra down the leg side. So you can see it's been called, and have a look at Helen there. She's done the old lasso above the head, H. This is where it gets exciting when it's a no ball. That one was a no ball for being above hip height. It is also a free hit to the batter. So Hadia, here's your chance. Only 2 ways you can go out here. Please don't make it one of them. She'll have a whole windy woof around the ground. She dances down the wicket, takes her pad. Can't be given out LBW, but can be given out, H says, run out. Once again, right arm over. Wide ball called, so this is going to be a long over the length. So after a very tight first over, she's still only at the 3 delivery mark at this stage of proceedings, so it's going to blow out a little bit for her this over, and she'll be disappointing on her behalf. That one is a better delivery, off stump on that corridor. But like H likes to call it, the corridor of uncertainty, as Damien Fleming often calls it. This is going to stretch our screen here, H. So we're going to be right off the side of the wicket here. And she comes, once again, that's a better delivery on the off stump. Slightly over pitch, slash through the covers. They'll be looking for 2, and they take it easily. A lot of excitement in the crowd there from the Samoan girls. Adea now getting the ball ticking over, 6.5 overs, in she comes once again, and it's punched back to the bowler, no run. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is over. So let's do a score check here. There was lots of action in that over. We had wides, we had no balls, and at this stage we've got Adea not out, 5 or 13 deliveries. NJ's come in and hit 10 or 15, and of course Tia, that bright start, 15 runs in this form of cricket is a really good start. So 1 for 50 off 7, run rate 7.14, and the partnership is building. Just check if Stephen's coming from bowl. Looks like we've got number 3H, and yes, H is pointing to me. Is that Jude? It is. Puilapa? Yeah, it's Puilapa coming in. So her first over in international cricket at this stage. From my recollections, H, from our interviews yesterday. And what interviews they were. Roz is nodding. It's interesting. 5 countries. We interviewed them all, gave them a little survey, so we'll fill in some of that information over the next 7 days. Some really funny things were happening in that upper area of cricket PNG offices yesterday when we were chatting to the girls about what song they'd play if they went out to bat, their favourite bit of equipment, what mum cooks for them for breakfast or dad breakfast before they start. In comes Puilapa, right arm over the wicket, over pitch, missed by the keeper slightly, no run. Little bit of outswing there, H, did you notice? H is nodding. So with that high action, the way she's holding the ball, looks like an outswing bowler. Tall, linear, and yeah, just not much. It's just a little bit over pitch, but a little bit of outward swing there. And she comes, second delivery. Wide outside off stump. And that's called by the umpire. Lots of decisions made by the umpires so far. You can see the excellent standard of umpires we've got. They have not made a mistake with their calls, which is really important, such an important tournament. We said one of these teams is going to go to the next stage. Who will it be? Keeps low, that one. Kept a little bit low and no run. That'll be interesting, hey? So get a couple of skid through with the wet ball. That would make it very interesting. Maybe bring LBWs into the state of play too. In she comes once more. Puilapa, right arm over. That one's on line, but pushed slightly onto the onside. Whacked a square leg, and a no run. Nora Jade still finding a way. She's got 10 runs from 17 deliveries. 1 for 51, 3 deliveries to go in this over. Well fielded by the short mid wicket there. Fielding is such an important part of this game. If you can't field well in 2020 cricket, is a really, if your team can't field well, it's a really big step on the back foot there, because you really need to be desperate in the field. Every run is sacred. Once again, 2 deliveries to go in this over. It's been signalled by the umpire. In comes Puilapa. Slightly short again. A slight under edge through to the leg slipped just about there by the time she finished up. And short backward fine leg, and they pushed through for one. Did she get a touch on that one, or was it a bye? It is one run. We thought it was an under edge. So NJ off strike, 11 from 20. Adia on strike, 5 from 13. One delivery to go in this over, one legitimate delivery. Right arm over the wicket, and that's hit the spot, pushed on the onside for a run, and a definite no there. That would have been suicidal. So a bit of a mixed bag, but Polepa can be happy with that. Her first over only delivered 2 runs. And our score check, we'll just wait for the clock to tick over. And there's a look at the crowd there. So Rosie's going to leave us in a moment. She's got some media interviews to do. We thank her for her efforts all the time. She's going to pop in many times over the next few days and share her expertise. And she does a wonderful job in Port Moresby promoting cricket across the country. Fabulous to have her here. And hopefully we'll hear from you later in the day, Roz, if you've got a few moments.
Definitely, Tony. You're doing a great job, and I believe everyone listening around East Asia Pacific and globally as well. And in Papua New Guinea, a big shout out from you from Cricket Papua New Guinea. And thank you so much to ICC, our major funders, Trans-Pacific Insurance for our miners as well, MJ Electrical, Steel Industries, Pacifical Sports, awesome job, Pure Water Biz, Print, Oceanic Embroidery, and Able Computing. Beautiful weather, and thank goodness, what a wonderful day for opening matches. Right, Tony?
It is certainly a beautiful day. We're very blessed today. Thanks, Rosie. Thank you. Next over, pushed into Ninja. She's got underneath it, and they've taken the catch. H. And that's a vital breakthrough. NJ looked like she was going to explode here at Bassini, but unfortunately for her, she got underneath that one slightly from Griffin. And Griffin, what a way to start your international career, mate. Wicket off the first delivery. You'd be taking that every day of the week, mate, hey? So we're looking now at a score of 2 for 52. That narrows things down, and that has made the Vanuatu team buoyant. Yeah, they're getting around the catcher, but they're also getting around the bowler as well as they gulp down a drink. Whoa, yeah, well pitched up. She did get underneath it. And as I said, any catch out there at this day is going to be difficult, this time of day I should say, because it is slippery. The ball is getting a little bit wet. So with the departure of NJ for 11, we'll just check out who the new batter is. We can't quite see her. It could be the captain. Could it? Is it Lafaki Lamore? Lafaka Lamore? Now this is tricky because she does like to be called Olive. So it's not Olive H. So we're not going to call her Olive. It's Olive. And if I mispronounce that, I'm going to be in big trouble. Olive. H is going to give us that one in his own pronunciation there. Olive, is that correct, H? Yeah, Olive. So captaining, guys, big job for her. Did they cross over? No, they didn't cross over. And H will tell you anyway, if they did cross over, the rule changed several years ago where you have to go back, which is an excellent rule. Because you haven't hit the run, so why should you be facing the next delivery? So, important game where the ball was hit high in the air. So you do go back. So the new base facing is Olive. Griffin. Sort of half appeal there, guys. Yes, I was given some very firm instructions with pronunciation. So if I muck up anything, I will get better as this progresses. What a great start from Griffin. Can she maintain it? It has been difficult for all bowlers to land 6 in a row. In she comes, a slightly quicker run up, pushes onto the offside, and no run. This is just the fillip the Vanuatu team need to reel things back. They'd be hoping to draw it back to around about 60 off the first 10. Maybe even less than that if possible. Griffin. Right arm over. Slows that one up. Pushed onto the offside very cautiously by Olive. He's doing a wonderful job here. He's got his new toys today, bought from Theodis yesterday. He's having a field day here. Here she comes. Rolls her fingers on. That's a little off break. Called wide down the leg side. And that's the first run off the deliveries of Griffin, even though it be a wide. Yes, he just couldn't quite get that one onto the off stump, that corridor of uncertainty we spoke about. Hopefully, for the next two deliveries, you can hit the spot. Right arm over. That one's over, pitch, whacked. It's called a no ball. It's called a no ball for height. They're going through for a run. And that means it's called a wide, actually. And no, it's a free hit. She's called it no ball, free hit. Now, by my calculations, you should be facing this H. We're going to discuss this. By my calculations, I think Olive should be facing this delivery. So well done to Helen. They're going to confer here because they did run through, but it's called a no ball for height, but they ran through for a wide. And I think they're just going to confirm with the keeper about something here. I'm not quite sure, H. It's something to do with the gloves. So we'd only be guessing here. We'll clarify this, guys, at the halfway mark, what the discussion was about. Let's have a look on replay. She's fumbled it. It's been called a no ball. The keeper's grabbed it with her hand, with the glove off. So they're just clarifying a rule here to make sure it's a learning experience for the keeper, I think. So there's a lot of nodding going on there as if they understand. He's saying when the keeper took the ball, should have taken it into the glove and then transferred it to the inner before she threw the ball. Let's have a look. H and I are watching carefully. She's taken the glove off. Anyway, that's something we can chat to Helen about a little bit later. As H will tell you, we're learning new things in cricket every time. We've been here for a lot of years ourselves, but we keep learning new stuff all the time. What it does bring is a bit Hardia on strike. Griffin comes in. That one is called a wide as well. So again, Helen walks over for clarification. It's called the no ball. Ah, that's right. It's still going to be the free hit because it was a wide. She didn't get a good hit at that one, so Hardia is going to still be the one to face the ball. It still becomes a free hit.
The ball bounced twice.
Yeah.
So it will be no ball.
Yeah, got it. This time she does have a windy wolf, gets hold of that one, finds the, no, it doesn't find the gap. Just looking at our blurry window here, they run through for one. I just said we had a double bouncer there, so that's, there is a bit of confusion here, guys, but we will clarify things for you and make sure that we have clarification of the rules at the halfway mark. Once again, Olivier on strike. Griffin comes in, over pitched. It's called a no ball and it's whacked behind square leg. Got what it deserves, 4 runs. And what started out full of promise is slowly getting more difficult. So not only 4 runs, but it was above hip height, which means it's a free hit. And for that free hit, Olivier will be facing. Yeah, good call. Dry those hands, young lady. It is slippery out there. Score check, 2 for 62 of 8.5. Last legitimate ball of this over coming up. Hopefully, in she comes. Over pitch on the off stump, whack down the field. But of course, free hit H, and you can just jog through for 1. The joy of a free hit. That is over. And we'll just get these score checks, which is very, very important. 2 for 63 off 9. And we'll look at our partnership board here. 24 for the first, 28 for the second partnership between Hadia and NJ, and Hadia and Olive. They're just starting their work right now. It's just been there for a few overs, but it's looking a very promising score, far higher than what we anticipated at the start. Lingsar from the Bassini end, following her right arm over. Captain's working religiously to make sure her fielders are in just the right positions. Got a deep fine, a deep mid off, a backward square leg, a mid wicket. Of course, that inner rung are fielded as well. Mid on just outside, mid off is deep, and in she comes. That one gets a lot of bounce and a little bit of spin back on that occasion. Nice and steady with the keeper, and they jog through for 1. Hadia on strike. Olive very brisk, the captain's innings 6. We have a free hit as well. A no ball has been called.
Yeah, they have 6 fielders
On the onside, yes, well done. We didn't quite see that one coming from deep mid wicket, so thank you, H. You can see out there at mid wicket, 6 on the onside. Remember, you can only have 5 on the onside, which in itself is a great rule, so captains can't go and then plug the onside and just bowl on leg stump all the time. So once again, a no ball called, free hit outside the off stump, pulled onto the onside. No, slight fumble, and they do jog through for 1. And 1 it is. So I tell you what, our rules are being tested today, H. Well picked up by Halai here in the office. He could notice that they had 6 on the onside there. Called it early because we weren't quite 100% sure initially why the umpire had seen a legitimate delivery. But of course, we did have a no ball for. Fielder's in the wrong position. In she comes once more, right arm over. Again, just misses off stump. Keeper thought that was going to hit the stumps there, I think. And it's gone through for byes. 1 bye. Ooh. And she comes once more, Lingsar. Well pitched up, pushed back to the bowler, upper sleek, nearly got a hand underneath that one, H. Back past the bowler for 1 run. Adia now trying to rotate the strike and getting Olive, her captain, back onto the strike as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, push back. Oh, nearly got underneath it. Next delivery, short of a length, treated respectfully by Olive, and back to the bowler. No run. Once more, right arm over the wicket. Windy Wolf and bowled her. That knocked the stumps out. Olive, the captain, was hitting over mid-wicket there. Basically just missed a straight one to plummet into leg stump. And again, every time we think the worm is going to be a positive one, it's turned the other way. 3 for 68 off 9.5. And that brings them back into the ball game. They have to wheel things back, but it looked Olive was going to be the danger lady there because she seemed to have a few powerful strokes on the onside that would have really pushed things along. So looking again, 12 minutes for her innings, strike rate of 60. Hadia now 8 off 18. She is the mainstay of this innings, but she herself is going to have to push things along, come to the remaining 10 overs. We have 10.1 overs to go. Run rate is 6.92. Excellent run rate. And a drinks break. at the 10 over mark. So we'll have a drinks break ourselves. Congratulations to both teams for being out there. It's been a wonderful start to proceedings. So welcome back after a quick drinks break there, guys, at the 9.5 over mark. H and I have just had a snack. We have wonderful snacks here in the box here at Amini Park. We'll go through that in a moment, but those fully loaded flame grilled chicken savoury shapes, my goodness. Tamsin, if you're over there listening, pop over. We've got plenty of these bad boys ready for your devouring at some stage. Last bully over. Lengsar comes in. A slight inside edge to that one, and it heads down to that short fine leg position. So well done to Lengsar. It's come back strongly after a mixed bag for the first few deliveries. H's favourite graph. I'm going to try with a mouthful of these savoury shapes. H, I tell you what, mate. Be going back to the supermarket there at Rangeview for some more of those boys tonight, mate. Boy. We eat well, guys. We keep on our toes. H has a different energy drink. I just drink water, but he's gone for one today called the Twitch. So it's called Fast Twitch. So if his eyes start fast twitching, REM, rapid eye movements, will maybe go and make him run a few laps. Next is, now we'll get the new bowlers come into bowl. And Nugun's pushed around the onside for one run. Now we're going to be careful with this, H. The reason is the pronunciation here. Igwin. We're going to check this out. I'm going to check my page in just a moment. In she comes. N off the short run and wide outside the off stump. We will get this pronunciation right at the moment. So just point to a Christian name for the moment, first name. Just going to call it Claudia off the long run here. Nice high action, over pitched on leg stump and pushed through mid wicket for one run. Claudia, nice high action. And she comes right arm over. Over pitch, down the leg side, called a no ball, called a wide or a no ball, not quite sure. We'll wait for the call. And I've gone through for 2 runs. Takes her position once more. Maybe that was called wide, H, I think. Yep. Just didn't see the second arm out on that occasion, H. And she comes once more. Again, slightly short of a length. Tugged around to the forward square leg position for 1. That's what I've done again. Tugged on the onside, very much an onside player. Through to mid on. Deep mid on for 1. Which brings Hardia on strike. Schools in Queensland, in Brisbane, I think. In comes once more. Short. Tug powerfully backward a square leg. It's going to, no it's not, quite slow out there. And they rush through for 2 runs. I think everyone thought that one was going to make its way to the boundary, but as H told us, it's very, very lush still out there. We've had a lot of rain, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the fruits are now in the beautiful green outfield that we have here. So score check, guys, 3 for 77 off 11 overs completed. And that is leading to what we think might be a formidable task at the end of this game. Several of our Samoan players, of course, resident in New Zealand. Very strong connections with the Auckland Cricket Club. And great Samoan connections there in PNG. If you haven't seen a movie called Tina, an absolutely beautiful musical with a lot of Samoan songs, New Zealand song, Maori songs. Absolutely beautiful movie. So H is going to get it tonight, hire it and watch it, because it is a real eye-opener and a tearjerker, H. I tell you what, if you can watch the movie Tina without a few tears, you're a better man than I am, H. I can guarantee it. Absolute beautiful movie. In comes Stephen, a little jump, a little dance, and hits the spot first up. Well done, young lady. She's happy with that one, H. That had everything. A bit of a flight, pushed through off the pitch. So rushed the batsman a little bit, and especially with a new batsman coming in to face, Gabriel didn't have a whole lot of idea about that one, I don't think. In comes number 14, Gabriel. Bit of a dance. Again hits the spot, pushed onto the onside, and they'll jog through for 1 very easy run. Get those fully loadeds away from me, H. Probably crunching into the microphone. You're probably making some funny noises there. H has got these new microphones, look like a baby quokka. If you don't know what a quokka is, it's a little marsupial that lives on Rottnest Island off the coast of Western Australia. When they're just out of the pouch, they're little fluffy things. Oops, that one's hit up in the air. Change things around very quickly. Remember, we discussed at the start of the game what we thought a benchmark figure would be. H said 90, I said 85. We talked to Rugi earlier in the day, our business manager or manager here in the office. He said, 80, 90 could be a good score. I think we're going to get better than that, which makes for a better game when we're chasing. So, well done to Vanuatu. Just when we think the score is going to explode, you picked up a couple of wickets and brought the game back to your terms. Can you maintain that? That's to be seen. You had a great chat. It was interesting, H, yesterday we met all the 5 teams. H is busy doing a lot of H stuff, but each team had its own personality. So 5 nations, 5 different personalities. The Vanuatuans, when they come in, they're like they've been on H's energy drinks. They were full of beans, like an under 18 girls party they'd been to, H. They were full of beans and really excited. Then the Fijian team come in. In she comes once more, Stephen. Bounces. Hits, overpitched, pulled along onto the onside, stopped with a foot, the old foot trick, and they've rushed, or thinking about 2, but play it safe, just the 1 run. She's disappointed with herself for overpitching there, and she got away with that one. It only run. I wouldn't be too disappointed with just the 1 run off that one. Once again, Stephen, right arm, wrist spinner, outside off stump that time. and it's called a wide. Stephen looked around at the umpire then and said, please don't, please don't. It was close, give me the benefit. But our international umpires have to umpire internationally, H, in an international series. So this time onto the leg stump, push down the leg side, just waiting, looking, and called a wide as well. And here we just hope that Stevens can sort of get it back on task and hopefully finish the over for Vanuatu's sake with 2 dot balls. Once again, in, bounces. Pushes that one's hit on the offside and it's not quite there. Chance for a run out. No run. 1 run, sorry. No chance of a run out there. Quite safely through. Stephen's got a bit of a limp up after that. Well, I'm not sure if the ball hit her on that very sore spot or what the case is. Anyway, she's got 1 more delivery to go. Bounces in. Tries to push through that quicker. That's down the leg side wide and 1 run and 1 extra delivery. It's giving Ata a good chance to have a look at these first deliveries in her innings, Ata. She'll be happy to have a few sighters before she actually has to play anything aggressively. Always takes a few balls to get in, H, doesn't it, H? She comes once more. Bowls over pitched on the onside, pushed to square leg or forward square leg, and they rush through for 1 run. Well watched onto the face of the bat there by Ata. And that is over. The end of the 12th over. Score is 4 for 84, run rate of 7. That's been maintained quite nicely because the first over had 7 runs off it. So I know the coaches there at Samoa will be very, very happy with what's happening out there at the moment. You can see things have been held up with those 3 wickets in the last 4 overs. That's slowed things up remarkably, but still with 8 overs remaining, you maintain this run rate, you're going to be up near the 130 mark. So if you'd given me 130 at the start of this day as the first innings of the first match of this series, I would have said thank you very much. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. We'll take that one for sure, H. Pulapa coming in for a second over. By Helen takes the hat, clips it on with her little trusty hat clipper that she ties around her waist and stands firm. Right arm over the wicket. Slightly down the leg side, called straight away, wide ball, 1 run. It's been a baptism of fire for the keeper here today, H, hasn't it? She's been down the leg side, she's had a wides, no ball, hip heights. She's seen a whole bag of tricks today. The bowler's got a fit of the giggles here. In she comes. Takes it serious now. Lands it on the spot. Pitches outside leg stump. Full pitch. Play and a miss. She's pretty happy with that one, H. A lot of joy in this Vanuatuan side, H. As we said, they were the bouncy ones. They were the ones who really were having in a party mode yesterday morning. Once again, Pulapa down the leg side, keeper misses it, wide ball, plus the 1 run, 2 runs to the score. Yeah, the P&G girls were really reserved. They looked really nervous, really polite. Listened to everything I'd said because I was talking to them in English. And as we know, a lot of them are Motuan, also speaking in top pidgin. So they were a different kettle of fish to the Vanuatuans, who all seemed to understand what we're chatting about in English. This time, outside the off stump, pull along to the offside, to mid-wicket, and 1 run. Samoans, as we said, a lot lived in New Zealand, so they were very polished in the way they presented yesterday morning. Beautifully spoken, very calm team when they came in. Fabulous. The Fijians we spoke about, very respectful. Again, this on the offside, punch through the covers, a dive, a miss from our extra cover, and they push through for only the 1 run. And the Indonesian team, they were amazing, absolutely hilarious. We had to interpret all the questions for them. and they just enjoyed every moment that they were there. So thank you to the 5 teams for giving us the time yesterday. Again, this one's slightly short of a length, tucked onto the onside, and that is 1 run. As H munches into some more fully loaded chips, just about to open his fast twitch drink there too. Right arm over. Nice high action to down the leg side. Did hit the pad first. No chance for a wide. And Polep is saying, oh, I was lucky there. That could have gone over the mid-wicket fence for 6. Or she might have been saying that could nearly have been an LBW, but certainly not. Yeah, so thanks again for the team managers for giving us their time. We've got surveys, we've got information on every single player here. And something else is happening here, H. Something is happening. Our international umpire's having a chat. H is getting a call through from the scorers, I think.
Ball has hit her helmet.
Ah, HIA. I'm seeing the ball did cannon into her helmet. She'd had a quick look, got the all clear, and we're right to go. So thanks again to Halai. Hard for us to pick these things up. Halai's getting information through from the main office. Down leg side, and that's 1. You know how much safety procedures have improved over the years. So very important. If you are struck in the head, that there's an assessment done, if there is assessment necessary. Once again, a long over here. That one's better, and it's knocked her middle stump right out. Well, not out of the ground, but pushed it back markedly. And just when you think, hey, things are settling down, another wicket falls. End of the 13th over, and we're now on 5 for 91. Once again, when she lands one, she's doing a great job. So that's out. 5 for 91, already quite a formidable total by our calculations. But with 5 wickets down, we're getting into the tail now, H, and things can rock and roll very quickly here. Stephen coming in with seeing her bowling a 3 overs bowl. Will she bowl? She's not. We have a new bowler coming in, I'd say. Just checking on this, guys. Just checking with the umpires, checking with Halai, making sure we don't make mistakes. Wait for it to come up. I think it's Griffin, is that right, mate? Griffin is bowling from the Bassini end. At 5 for 91, you start thinking about, oh, this is getting a little bit closer here. Maybe you don't want to lose another couple of quick wickets, which really put us behind the 8 ball. So might be a bit of consolidation for 2 overs here before a final onslaught. In she comes. Griffin nearly loses her balance there. Pitches outside the off stump. It's tugged away on the onside. No run. I'm sure the Samoan coaches will be looking at the fact that they're not using the off side as much as possibly they could. A lot of balls trying to be tugged onto the onside as their main port of call for their shot selection. Here we go. Again, outside off stump. That one's hit onto the offside to cover, fielded well, and they jog through for an easy run. Here's something the senior teams here in Port Moresby can focus on, making sure your wagon wheel is, what would you call, have spokes all over the ground and not just onto the onside through mid-wicket. So I'm sure as young players, mid-on always looks very tempting, but it doesn't make you a rounder cricketer. That time pushed onto the offside, and they've jogged through for 1. It's a common denominator with most young cricketers, H, isn't it, hey? In their developing years, the strength is on the onside. Now, hello here with my nephew who've been working on a cricketing app. Here it comes. It's called the Halai Wagon Wheel. You can see from all of the shots, have a look at the predominance on the onside here. We've got a couple of 4s But if I'm doing my quick mental calculations there, I would say that 65% of the shots are on the onside, and you would hopefully level that out a little bit more. And she comes once more. Nearly loses a balance wide outside the off stump and called a wide. Just seems to be faltering in her run up a little bit here, Griffin. Or Griffo as she's called sometimes, I think. She's poising herself at the end of her 7-step mark. Coming in right arm over the wicket. The game falls over slightly. She pushes it onside. That one's called a no ball, H, or a wide. No ball. And we're going to have a free hit here. Front foot, was that H? Yeah, we're just looking at the field, making sure everything's right. Must have been a front foot, no ball. Anyway, we'll sort that one out a bit later. We won't dwell. We've also got a girl moving as the ball's coming in to be bowled. Yes, I would have called that dead ball too. See the fine leg there, H? Not stable in a position. So a few things for the Vanuatuans to work on in terms of coaching. Again, she's wandering around there at fine leg. And pushed onto the onside, jogging through for one. Easy run. Right arm over. 2 deliveries to come. Slightly short once more. Tugged around the corner, behind, square leg. They've jogged through for one. They're jogging through for 2, and they'll be very, very happy with that. And a desperate dive. One of the funniest home videos there, H. So, Jane on 1, Gabriel on 8 of 12, with Jane taking strike 3 now off the 2 deliveries she's faced. Good strike rate. Last legitimate ball, hopefully, of this over. Very short outside. Again, tugged on the onside. It's ended up backward a square leg. Helen watches it into the gloves of the fielder there at backward square leg. They jog through for 1. And that is over. Right, let's have a look at this. H, 5 for 99. We're nearly on 100 runs. Score rate's lifted to 7.07. Bowling figures there, guys, so we'll have a look at that more carefully in detail afterwards. And yeah, we've got a game on our hands here, H. 5 for 99, 7.07. 2 batters finding their way at the moment, but with 6 overs to go, we could be up near the 130 mark if things go to plan, and that will be a formidable tally for the Vanuatuans to chase down. Pulapa, 1 for 9 off 2. Can she get another wicket? Turn things around for her team once more. In she comes, right arm over the wicket. Action onto the leg stump, tucked around the corner, and they'll jog through for an easy 1 run, which brings on to strike Gabriel. The 100 ticks over. Always nice to get there, that 3 figures H, isn't it, hey? Century for the team. Once again. Onto the leg stump, missed by the keeper, called a wide, plus they'll jog through for 1, so that's 2 more runs to the total, brings it up to 102, with an extra delivery to bowl as well. 3 runs off the first 2 deliveries is pleasing for the Samoans. Once again, right arm over the wicket. Lands this one on off stump, but still tucked around the corner. Very onside dominant. And they get a run. Rotates the strike, but keeps that scoreboard ticking over, H. So important. Again, last wicket fell at 5 for 91, so partnership building here hopefully. Wide outside off stump, hit uppishly on the onside, over the top of covers. Look for one, going back for two. They say no, not worth the risk at this stage of proceedings. 1 run. Right arm over. Rolls the fingers down that one, tugged on the onside, and they look for just the 1 run. Well fielded at mid-wicket. Starting to gather a picket fence here, H. Get back to those batting figures in a second, guys, for you. 2 legitimate over deliveries in this over to go. High over pitch slowly. Appeal for LBW. Actually, it's got underneath the bat and knocked that middle and off peg out of the ground. And she's pretty happy with that one, H. A nice little Yorker, H, eh? So again, there's a lot of hitting across the line. No one's hitting straight, which is a bit disappointing. But with a wicket there, we'll get our batting figures up to date in just a second, guys. Have a look once more. Yep. It did look over pitch, but he played right across the line of it, and it knocked back that middle stump. So Gabriel bowled Pulapa for 9. She was looking quite comfortable there, Pulapa, but as I said, if you're hitting across the line like that, it's going to end up in your demise, especially with a full pitch Yorker like that one. So Pulapa, 2 for 15 or 2.5. So with 3 overs, you're looking at around about 5 runs per over with the 2 wickets. That's pretty good stuff. 1 delivery to go. U19W, Tomofua. Right-hander. We haven't had a lefty yet, have we, H? After so many lefties in the other tournaments we've had. Very open stance there, H. I reckon you can see all 3 stumps there. And she comes. I'll be pushing the Yorker in here, H. I'll be pushing the Yorker in. Over-pitched. Not called. I don't think that was above hip height, but lucky to get away with that one. H was saying, give me that one. I would have whacked that one over the fence. Over towards the rugby stadium here. But she got away with one there. And well done to the young lady, Pulapa. 2 wickets now for 15 runs off her 3 overs. And that's worth an extra over, I'd say, if I was the captain. Because she's taking wickets, H. And wickets turns things around in this game. We've found that over the last 4 weeks especially. Don't predict, because 1 wicket can change things around very, very quickly. Griffin, we're looking at Griffo once more to bowl her 3rd over. 3rd over, a spin. Sort of leggy action there, but sort of a wristy spin that goes on. In she comes once more. Down the leg side, fumbled by the keeper. Short, fine leg. Backs up, and that's 1 run. That fine edge actually moving into a backstop position there, H, isn't she? So we do have a lefty on strike. Is that right, H? H is getting excited. No, we haven't. She looked like she's going to face up left-handed, H. Ambidextrous. Tomofua, right arm batter and bowler as well. All-rounder. H is making funny signals here. I think we've got a problem with the onside field again. We have another problem with the onside field. We see we're only allowed to have 5, and they've had to move 1 across. So the young captain for Vanuatu's had a baptism of fire out there, making sure her fielder's in the right spot. In she comes once more, over pitched, whacked on the onside for a free hit, and that's 1 for the no ball and 1 for the run. You just got to think of your maths, don't you, H? 5-5, and the wicket keeper and the batter and the bowler, sorry. And she comes once more, right arm over the wicket, wide outside the off stump. The umpire's had a good look, got no option but to call that a wide. Very careful not to walk back on the pitch. Is Langsao. Right arm over. Once again, bowling a mediums in this occasion, and it's tucked round the corner, and that's 1 run. So a little bit of spin, and also can revert back to medium pace. Bit of a So Garfield Sobers H could bowl spin, could bowl anything, off spin, leg spin, medium paces. The greatest cricketer of all time, mate. The greatest cricketer ever. Once again, right arm over, pushes that one over, pitched, tugged on the onside to mid-wicket and 1 run. Tomafua off the marker now with 2 runs off her 2 deliveries faced. Linksau, it looks like she's going to go back to some spin bowling when Jane's facing. Let's have a look. She's got it in her wrist. Yeah, she rolls that one again. The backstop comes in. It's wide. Can still get run out off a wide. So dangerous. 1 for the wide, 1 for the run. And that's 2 runs to the score. Brings Tomafua onto strike, who's 2 runs off her first 3 deliveries. Once again, this time she's bowling her medium. Tomafua tugs again onto the onside, ends up at square leg and 1 run. Yeah, it's going to be interesting at the end of this innings how many extras in the innings were scored. Maybe extras will be the top scorer today, H. And that will be a learning thing for the Vanuatu bowlers. That one's better. Neatly pushed onto the off stump, no run. I'm sure lots of learnings will come out of this this first game, and I'm sure the other teams are watching, listening, learning as well. Right arm over. Onto the stumps, a chair appeal for LBW, and she is out. She is out. She looked away from the umpire, says to say, do not raise your finger, but that looked very, 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 very plumb, H. And we'll have a look at that on replay again. But once again, the wheel has turned again. So a wicket can change things around. We're on 7 for 114, and the aim now, as Rugi walks into the commentary box, the aim now, I'm sure, would be to get the last 3 wickets quickly, keep the score under 130, which might be gettable. Might be gettable. And it'll all depend, as we've said many a time, yeah, I think that was hitting the top of middle and leg. And she is delighted with that one, absolutely delighted. It's like a little war dance at the end of that one, HA. So at 2 for 24, she has wheeled things back in, 16 overs down. 7 for 114. We have Rarua in here to help us with a bit of commentary for the last few overs of this innings.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah, Rugi's here. He's just getting his microphone. He's got his chair. And I'm going to listen to his pronunciations of some of these names very carefully because I'm sure he's going to do a better job than I am. So, Rugi, if you don't know, he's our... well, he's the manager of everything here. He's been captain of the Barramundis, been coach of the Barramundis, our international teams. He's played internationally all over the world, and his knowledge of this ground and this system here in PNG is second to none. So thank you, Rugi, for coming in.
Thanks, Tony. What a beautiful day here at Amini Park. Samoa going really well, but Vanuatu are working really hard to reel the game back to their side. 7 for 114. We were discussing the past score here on Amini Park. Can you remember?
Yeah, we talked about this morning. I mentioned you before, Rugi, about 90 runs. Well, we've been outshone by that already with 3 overs still remaining, or 3.5 overs still remaining. Maybe we were a big wrong, but H and I have been discussing one of the disappointments has been a lot of extras. And that's probably going to be the main feature of the score.
They contributed a bit more runs, of the total runs. So,
yeah.
But Samoa have also batted really well.
Yeah.
They've selected the right balls to score off.
Yeah.
But Vanuatu are bowling really well at the dying stage of the game.
Yeah.
Tomafua plays it on the leg side for a single run. Brings the score to 116. Brings Seuga on strike. Nguyen from Vanuatu, is it right?
Yeah,
Tony?
It's complicated. So what we're going to do at this stage of proceedings, we're going to use her Christian name, her first name maybe. Just getting H to point that out for us. because I'll show you the.
Seuga plays it onto
Yeah.
the leg side again. Again, another single run.
Yeah.
Seuga moves to 2 runs on the board. That brings Tomafua on strike. Claudia, we can use, it's Claudia Nguyen
Yeah.
of Vanuatu bowling.
Yeah.
So we'll say Claudia, which is much easier to pronounce.
It's the G they don't use in Vanuatu, and it makes for an interesting pronunciation.
Single run from Tomafua again. 118. Seuga. Last ball of Nguyen's, Claudia's second over. That's well led by the batsman. No run there, and it's an over ball, dot ball. Samoa on 7 down for 180 runs. 818 runs. 118 after 17 overs.
I had a good chat to Claudia yesterday, actually, and it's actually pronounced Nguyen. Nguyen.
Okay, we got it right.
We got it right eventually, so my apologies there. We're desperately trying to discover the profile. It was down the bottom of the pile, so Claudia, I apologise. Apparently there was a few blunders in the last time she was...
Nguyen.
Nguyen.
So that was the second over from Nguyen, Claudia Nguyen of Vanuatu, and this brings Joy Mansale from the Rita Flynn Courts end. First ball. Seuga on strike, plays it down to the square leg region, and there is a deep field out there. Settles for single run. Tony,
Yeah.
what do you think the final score will be?
Well, H&I said, I reckon 130, but every time we make a prediction, it's wrong. So we're happy with you to make the prediction here, but...
Well, I think these are 2 new batsmen, and
Yeah.
if Vanuatu bowl tightly here, they can restrict them under 130 with
yeah,
about 16 balls remaining.
yeah,
And the dot ball helped
yeah.
along in this over, so that's what Vanuatu will be hoping to get a lot more dot balls.
Have a look. We've got another no ball on our hands here. Rugi, there's been the 3rd one where they've had too many on the onside. I think on that case, yes. So we see the fielder coming up to the offside.
Yes, for the viewers, it's a no ball because the fielders have
Hang on.
incorrect field placings.
Yeah.
They've got
Yeah.
one too many fields on one side of the field.
And you can see the umpire helping out here because all they did is swap one with the other, and now they're going
Still
back.
and I don't know what. Yeah, no, they haven't got it right yet.
No, what they're doing is making
Oh
sure
no, because it's a
free hit. They've got to be in the position where they started.
They can change the
Yeah.
field positions.
Yeah, that's right. Otherwise,
They
you
can
put your
change.
2 best fielders out in the
Correct.
deep.
They can change after this ball.
Yeah,
The free hit ball.
Yeah. So, like H and I have been saying, it's a real learning experience for all the teams out there today, especially
Yeah.
with the strictness of the international rules.
Correct. Yeah.
I know that.
Most of these players are also very young players.
Yeah.
They are 14, 15-year-old girls.
Yeah.
Some are young as 14 and 15.
Yeah.
Playing in this under 19 competition. So
Yeah.
well done to the umpires. Well, just guiding the players
Yeah.
along with experience in international matches.
Yeah.
So that's very good. It's up in the air. It doesn't go too far. Just lands in no man's land and no run taken on this occasion. Joy Mansale keeping things tight here. 3 runs so far off this over. 7 for 121. Seuga on strike. Onto the pads. Played onto the fine leg region. No run. There's a short fine leg here.
Yeah.
121, Tony. Like I said, if someone gets a couple more wickets, they can just close off the innings quite quickly.
Yes.
Onto the onside, mid-on region for another single for Samoans by Seuga, brings score to 4 runs. 2 more balls left in this over, 20. and 2 dot balls will help, or 2 boundaries will help Samoa in their total. Mansale pulls it up, flick onto the leg side by Tomafua, brings the score to 7, and that is the over ball, I think.
Yeah.
That ends the 18th over. The Samoans are 7 for 123. Seuga on 4 runs and Tomafua on 7.
A nice even worm there, Rugi, hey? It's been a gradual climb.
Yeah, they've steadily climbed up
Yeah.
the run rate, and that's why they are healthily on 123, which is over the Pasco we discussed,
Yeah,
Tony.
definitely over the Pascal. And it's been maintained at 7 just about all the way through. So we know extras have helped that out, Rugi, but some very good batting on the part of Samoans, very even batting performance.
Karu back on the attack from the Manuan of the field and sends it down the leg side for a wide run, and there was not a run taken even, Tony.
No.
The batters decided not to run, just a single wide brings the score to 124 4-7.
Can you remember your first international, Rugi? How you were feeling with either bat or ball?
Oh yeah, it's always a good feeling when you're honored to play in international matches.
We've got a wicket here at
Wicket,
mid-wicket. A shortish ball which was there to be hit, but as Rugi just said, another wicket falls, which will we get to 130 at 8 for 124?
Tomafua is gone for 7 runs, I think.
Here we have a look.
Caught out on the tip.
Rolls her
Mid-wicket
fingers on that
there.
one, just on the mid-wicket there. Nice easy
taken,
catch by the
that is
captain.
a very
there.
good catch.
I think that was Griffo out there, was it, H? I think so. Nicely taken though. Because there's been a lot of nervous fumbles, H. Been a lot of nervous fumbles. Yeah, so at 8 for 124, Sugo's just been out there. Asia
Siga.
Siga.
I got that right, I think.
No, I think you've got it right. It's your Samoan blood coming out of there. It's like the Battle of Melanesia versus the Battle of Polynesia, isn't it? Hey? So, our prolific Polynesians versus our mighty Melanesians.
Makes it easier when, like, Papua New Guinean names are also like pronounced as they are spelled.
Yes, that's right.
So that's how I tend to try to pronounce it. So it's Asia Siga.
Siga.
So,
and that's why it's a lot easier this tournament than it was when we had the UAE here, wasn't it? It was a lot of practice that time.
these are quite easier than the ones we had. The other tournament, the UAE tournament.
From Sri Lanka and India, so we had to practice prior.
So 8 for 124. Asia Siga on strike for Samoa. Karu, Ted ball. Outside off stump, just played straight back to the bowler. No run there on this occasion. That is quite good bowling, a good comeback from the first ball wide. Second ball was a wicket, and the third ball is a dot ball. 124, and we were hoping, or we were thinking that the score will be well over 130, but the Vanuatuans have kept it tight, and it's hit straight down the ground again. Umpire went for
Helen, I think she's just doing aerobics out there, Helen.
She called it a bit early, so that is not a wide, sorry, because the batter has actually played the ball and actually hit it.
Let's have a look at this. Have a look at Helen. She's doing a Zumba activity there, Helen. She's got the Zumba going, H.
Good try,
Yeah.
Batter was too good for her.
Yeah.
Fourth ball. Played and miss. Fumbled by the wicket keeper. No run still. 8 for 124. Karu. Ted dot ball in a row, or fourth actually.
Yeah.
The wicket ball as well.
This
So
is a
two more
vital oval, isn't
This
it?
is
eh?
this is a big 19th over.
Yeah.
Normally, the 19th and the 20th overs go for big runs, but she's done really well. Apart from that wide again.
Down the leg side, yeah.
Down the leg side, there will be 2 runs wide and the extra run taken, but the ball will still be rebowled. So
Was
2
your
more balls.
first international as a Garamut, Rugi? Was it?
Yeah, I was in 97. 1997 was my first international taste of international cricket at the under 19 level.
And
So
it was a
I've been-
50 over game?
It was all 50. The T20 was never held
Yeah,
off in
that's
my
right,
time.
yeah.
It was just introduced recently, but I played a few international T20Is
Yeah.
in the World Cup qualifiers, but towards the back end of my
Career, yeah.
career. But when I started, it was all 50 overs.
And you, as an all-rounder, you would have cherished this game, wouldn't you? If you had to give them the
Tried
opportunity.
to bat and bowl a bit.
Yeah. Oh, it's knocked her over.
And that is good bowling by
Yeah.
Karu. That is another wicket, actually the second last wicket of the Samoan innings.
yeah.
They are now 9 down for 126. That's even Seuga gone.
Yeah.
The remaining batter, Seuga, that is good bowling, straight stump to stump. The Samoan batter goes for a big shot, misses, and then Karu hits for another wicket. That brings her figures to 2 for 16 runs in 3 overs. In 2 actually, in her 2 overs. That is good bowling, and that is the over ball. Was a wicket. 9 for 126. 1 more over to go. What are you expecting?
Yeah, well, I think
The
it's
last
Stevens coming in. She just has to land the 6 balls. She can't afford to bowl 3 or 4 wide. It's a bit of a mixed bag she's been, but
The extras have really had Vanuatu
have they what?
bowling, so
Yeah.
they've done really well with the good balls they've bowled, but the extras have
Yeah.
contributed
massively.
massively on this
Yeah.
big total for the Samoan.
For their
innings.
sake, we hope they can keep it to 130. H is just looking up the extras now.
Yeah, there you go, Tony. It's 49.
49.
50 runs,
They
almost a 50 runs from the extras, the wides
Yeah.
and the no balls, which really didn't help
Yeah.
Vanuatu in this bowling, but they've done really well. They've taken 9 wickets so far, despite, and this is the last over, and they've done really well to restrict the score under 130 so far.
Yeah.
We were hoping, or we were expecting well over 130, but 1 more over to go. Someone's 126 last wicket and last over, which will be bowled by Stefan.
Yeah.
Stefan, first ball, and it's missed everything. Missed the batter, the keeper, the stumps, and on for not. It's actually a leg bye. It's actually deflected. It's deflected off the batter's pads, and the umpire signals a leg bye. So for the viewers, if the balls hit the batter's leg and didn't touch it with the bat, the run counts as leg byes. The byes are extra runs for the batting side. 5 balls remaining of the last over, 127. Second ball, Steven coming in from Rita Flynn caught and foolish ball, played onto the leg side for a single run as the deep fieldsman covers the ball and returns it back to the bowler for a single run. 128. 4 balls remaining. Tossed up, edged onto the square leg region, and only settles for 1 run. The batter's fallen over, trying to slip actually, trying to go for the second run. Happy with just a single run, Tony.
Yeah.
3 balls. I think the batters are planning to go big now in the remaining balls.
Yeah.
But 129, that's a healthy total for Samoa, and Vanuatu will have to bat well to get 129 at this stage. Tossed up in the air, nicely played, chipped over the infield down to the mid-off region for another single. That's good bowling from Steven and also from the Samoans, making sure they play the remaining balls and squeeze in as many runs as they can in the last couple of balls. 130, last over, 2 balls remaining. 1 wicket to go. Steven from Ritafling caught end of the ground. Again, chipped over the infield. Comes for another quick run. That was close, Tony.
Yeah, very close.
That was very close.
Just nothing silly now. Hold the ball, get it back to the keeper. No overthrow.
It was, the throw was not required.
No.
That allowed them to get the extra run. 1 ball to go. 131. 9 wickets down. Lillian on 2 runs on strike. Asia Siga as well on 2 runs. 1 ball to go, Tony. A boundary will be good.
Bonus, wouldn't it? Hey? We haven't seen many bounces. We said there wouldn't be a lot. Having watched the girls train, there's a lot of good batting, but not a lot of power. So, fingers crossed, this could be the windy woof we've been waiting for, H.
Last ball. Last ball to go. Steven, 1 for 23, last over, and this is the last ball. Goes for a run and will be run up. Well done, Vanuatu. That is very good fielding.
Yeah, no
from
panic.
The Vanuatu side. No panic there, Tony, actually.
Yeah.
And that completes 10 wickets for Vanuatu bowling. Samoa out for 131 runs in 20 overs. Well done to Vanuatu fielding side. And also, we should commend the Samoan batters for putting up a good score of 131 in 20 overs, Tony.
Excellent. Really good cricket all round. As we said, we have a break now because you're going to be delighted. We have what's called H's Highlights coming up soon. He'll have a look and we'll be back in about 15, 20 minutes for the chase, the run chase, where the Vanuatuans can chase down 132 runs, or can the Samoans restrict the amount of extras? I think we got up to 50 extras, is that right? A half century of extras, H? And that's going to be the big defining factor of this game, in our opinion. Can Samoa bowl better in terms of not giving away free runs? Thanks, guys. Back soon. Thanks, Rugi. Brilliant work. Look at these little things. H's new ball. Got plenty of chips there, mate. Welcome back to Amini Park. And as they say in the classics, H, we've got a game on our hands, mate. 131 runs. No mean feat. How will Samoa go about their bowling attack? Hopefully less extras than we saw from Vanuatu. As we said, a real learning experience for everyone here today. We've got Rugi again in the commentary box with us. He's going to be helping us for the first section before he's doing the 101 things that he's been doing around cricket PNG for the last few days. Great learning experience for me. There's an old saying, H, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but running an international tournament, I've learnt very quickly over the last few days, has so many things going on that it's a credit to everyone here at Cricket PNG. They've actually got this up and running. So well done to everyone. I don't want to leave anyone out, but to everyone. But Rugi's the face of this. He's going to be the one commentating the first few overs here. We're blessed to have him, giving his PNG insight into how international cricketers would go about a run chase of 131 of 20 overs. Run rate required 6.55 runs per over. A brisk start would be really important here, in my opinion, from the Vanuatuans.
Yeah, correct. That will be key. They need a good start from the Vanuatu top order batters. 131 is well over a pass score for the women's T20 format, and we will need to see some special batting from Vanuatu to run down this hefty total, if I may say, 131, as Griffin and Langsau opens the inning for the Vanuatu batting, and Olive from the Manuan will be opening the bowling for the Samoan side.
Yeah, well, we discussed the name here, and I had to dig into my bag of tricks before, Rugi. It's actually Olive.
Olive,
and they have a special
there you
request.
Go.
Special request from the team that she's referred to by that. So
Yep.
over to Rugi now to get the ball rolling.
That's a good first up ball by Olive. Like I said, Tony, we have to pronounce the names as they are spelled. So it is Olive. So first ball, no run. Griffin on strike. Langsau for Vanuatu. Goes hard, plays it out on the offside, running down the point region. Comfortable 2 runs to start the innings for the Vanuatu batting side. That is a very good shot from Griffin. It was shot wide ball and slapped onto the offside down the point region for a comfortable 2 runs. Tony?
Yes, good start.
Olive, third ball. Sends it down the leg side. Played and missed. The umpire signals wide. And that brings the score to 3 runs for the Vanuatu innings. Run rate of 9 runs at this stage, Tony.
Yeah.
Required run rate is 6.56. And Olive, fourth ball, no, third ball actually. There was a white ball and it's a dot ball. Keeping it tight here by Olive. Nicely played, defended by Griffin for Vanuatu. Like you said, Tony, it was a big job to get this stage up and going. Griffin onto the offside again, through the cover region and coming back for second run, and it's gonna be close.
Oh, big appeal.
And the big appeal, but umpire says not out as the batter safely retains her ground safely, and that is another 2 runs for the Vanuatu side.
Perfect positioning from Helen too, wasn't it, hey? Yes.
She was right at the right place to make the call. and that looked close, but umpire has a better view from where we are. Fifth ball hits the pad, no run again. One more ball to go from Olive. And the rain was hanging around as we were coming towards this first day, Tony.
Yes.
And we had we had some rain last night, but didn't do a lot of damage.
No.
And that is the over ball from Olive. And that is first over for the Vanuatu innings. 5 runs scored. Griffin on 4 and Lang Sao yet to score.
I'm a great advocate of science in the weather, Rugi, and I had a look at the weather map, the meteorological map. It looked like that movie, The Perfect Storm. We had a deep depression or a cyclone sitting off the Solomons, and also one coming up from the Vanuatu way as well. So just hope they don't collide at some stage. We could get washed out here. But fingers crossed. I've looked at the forecast. It seems to be not impacting us too much over the next 6 or 7 days.
A few days ago we had a big downpour and the whole field was flooded, but well done to our groundsman who did a very good job, kept the field dry as much as possible, keeping the rain out. New bowler for the Samoa team, coming from the Rita Flynn caught end. And I'm going to try my best here, Tony. It's Hadia.
Yeah, Hadia.
From bowling from the Rita Flynn court end for the Samoan, and
very well-spoken young lady. I had a good chat to her yesterday.
Okay, yeah. A couple of them go to school or they live in New Zealand, so they'd be sort of well vested with the English language, and that's been played onto the offside again by Griffin for a single round, played down to the third-man region as Lang Sao comes to strike.
Yes, some delightful young people in this tournament, Rugi. We met them all yesterday. I'm sure you have as well.
Yeah, they're very, very good, respectful young ambassadors of their own country, so very good to see. We attended the opening function yesterday and they were all very happy. Teams were singing, Indonesians were having a good time. Samoans, as usual, they love the singing. The Fijians as well. And our girls were a bit quiet, probably the home ground pressure bit upon them.
Little outswinger there. A little bit of an outswinger.
Bit of movement there, Tony.
I think she's played a bit of school cricket a fair bit. I think she's got a lovely high action, isn't she? Very nice.
Did she say she stays in New Zealand?
We'll just double check. We've got to have a look at the Samoan team, guys. It varying. It was more an impromptu chat, but some of them, as we said, are with the Auckland Cricket Club too, where they sponsor a lot of Samoan cricket.
Onto the leg side again, and umpire signals wide ball, and that's an extra run added onto the Vanuatu scoreboard. That will bring the score to 8 runs in the second over. Hadia bowling from the Rita Flynn court end of the ground. This is the 5th ball. Lang Sao on strike. Defensive shot, no interest to run here on this occasion. That's another dot ball. 3 runs off the over so far, Tony. And that is good bowling from Hadia, and Lang Sao and Griffin playing it accordingly, not trying to take some risk early on here, but I'm sure they will start playing some big shots as the strike rate will be creeping up quite fast with the hefty total for the Samoans on the board. That is the over ball. No runs scored. 2 overs gone. The Vanuatu are now for 8 runs. That is the bowling card for the Samoan bowling department, Olive and Haria opening the bowling for Samoan side. And coming on from the Manuan will be Olive again for his second over, Griffin on strike. The power play overs will be crucial for the Vanuatu batting, Tony.
Yes, certainly. We're up to 3 overs to go, 4 overs in this power play there. Yeah.
Goes for a big uphill, Olive, umpire not interested, and rightfully so, as looking down from here, Tony, was going down leg side.
For sure, yeah.
Good call, good umpiring, good dishing by the umpire. Olive, second ball, Griffin on strike. Down to, played onto the onside, shot, mid-wicket region, straight to fielder. Better's no interest to run, as it was going to be a risky call if they were running for a quick run there, Tony.
Yes.
Third ball, Olive again down to the leg side, hits the pad, fielded by wicket keeper. Again, the third dot ball of the over. Good bowling by Olive. Batters making sure they don't take too many risks.
Well, they don't really have to, do they? Wickets in hand are so important.
Yeah, correct. Yes, they will need the wickets later on in the inning, so hopefully they keep the scoreboard ticking from here on, as the run rate will keep creeping up in T20 cricket, as we know, can creep up. The game can change in a couple of balls.
One thing that has changed is the fact that the Samoans are bowling without extras, so that's very significant. Much more on the line and nothing down the leg side much at this stage of proceedings. Eh?
And knocked straight through, knocked it over, and that is the first wicket for the Samoan side. Vanuatu are now 1 for 8 runs as Griffin departs on 5 runs. Clean bowl by Olive.
And the old adage, isn't it? Dot balls bring pressure, especially in 2020 style of the game where you can't afford a dot ball. So instead of pushing it around, finding the gaps, it's a big windy woof, and again, a learning curve for these young batters, that you don't have to hit every ball for 4. You don't have to hit every ball on the onside. It's a case of rotating the strikes. So a bit disappointing, but at 1 for 8.
1 for 8, and Stefan is coming on to bat for the Vanuatu side, joining Langsao, who is keeping things quiet down the leg side, down at the non-strikers end. Tony, she's on one run of 5 balls. Stefan just coming into bat with Langsao. Olive 1 for 5 runs, keeping it tight here. A wicket maiden so far, 1 ball remaining in the third over.
She'd be very happy with her first spell, I think. Very happy coming from the Manu end, as H calls it.
Yeah, it's Manu Autopot side of the ground.
Yeah.
So we shorten it for Manu, so the viewers will understand, especially our pod must be viewers. They will understand what we're saying, but for our, and that is a no ball called by the umpire as Olive oversteps in her stride, and the umpire signals a free hit. So every no ball, the next ball has to be a free hit for the batting, for the batter actually, and no wickets will be lost. Only on run out can a wicket be effected. And Stephen goes for a big shot. Unluckily,
Stephen is saw that one flying out of
far.
She looks like she can wield the willow though, doesn't she? Hey,
she's a big girl. She looks a big girl.
Big strong lady.
Big strong girl. She bowled well earlier on in the innings, and now she's batting up the order for the Vanuatu. So a good strong cricketer good strong young cricketer for the Vanuatu side. Good profile for the Vanuatu women cricket.
Yes.
Down in Vanuatu, Port Vila.
Port Vila and surrounds especially, that's where the heartland of cricket is from my study over the last couple of days.
Hadia is back on the strike from the Rita Flynn court, and Rita Flynn netball courts.
We do
Where is the end where Hadia is bowling from. So on the end where Hadia is bowling from, there's a big netball stadium. So we calling this part of the ground the netball court and Rita Flynn court. And played onto the leg side again by Langsau for another single run for Vanuatu, and that brings the score to 10 runs on the scoreboard as Stefan comes back on to the strike. Stefan?
Yeah, it depends, doesn't it? I would say Stephen, but I'm sure she'll answer to either.
We're just trying to make sure we're pronouncing
yes,
it right.
If you say Stefan and I say Stephen, one of us has got to be right.
Yeah.
She's got a nice action, this young lady.
Well, it's a short ball, drop shot, and rightfully dealt with. It was there to be hit and strongly played onto the leg side over the infield. Couple of bounces before reaching the boundary, and that is the first boundary for Vanuatu. Strongly, nicely played by Steven. Hook shot onto the onside, and
Steve was happy with that one.
Pull shot. It was a pull shot, nice strong pull shot.
Beautiful shot.
Couple of bounces and first boundary for Vanuatu, and they will need a lot more of those to challenge this 130 on the scoreboard for Samoa.
Lots of pieces of paper being handed us through here. We've got Q in the office. Q has entered the building. Wanaki here handing us stuff. Another run there. Push down. So interesting, making the most of that loose delivery. 4 runs, and it brings us up to 1 for 14 or 3.4 overs. Adeo's only really bowled the one bad. Now, for the first time today, we've seen someone come right arm around the wicket, changing the angles up. That's a good move. So she's bowling to Stephen. Of course, Stephen now has to hit across the line even further if she wished to be what she looks like, a predominant onside player. Okay, and this time she pushes on the offside, breaks the field. Pretty well timed, but it's pretty slow out there. Yes, it is slow, pulling up marginally, and they're looking for the 3, and they come back easily. Or did they run? Yeah. Geez, that'll test out the engine there, I think. Did they run 4H there? Can you double check for it? They ran 3, and it's called. I think so. That was a lovely shot onto the offside. Thank you to Rugi there. We come once more outside the off stump, punch through the covers, look for a run out, and not out. What is Q doing? Got some paper going everywhere. Right. I'm just talking to myself, guys. I said, what's going on here? There's lots of pieces of paper being brought into the commentary box. I don't know if we need all of them, but we're getting them all. H is getting excited, guys. It's the worm, the comparative worms. Have a look at that. It's like symmetry, H. One copied on top of the other. 1 for 19 or 4 completed overs. Stephen on strike. She's off 9 from 5. And Langsau is 2 from 8. So we have a mainstay in the batting crease once more, being Langsau. Looks like she's going to be the anchor, the rock to hold this all together, while Stephen, or Steve-O as we like to call her, Steve-O is going to be the one to push the runs as quickly as possible. Gabriel coming into bowl, right arm over the wicket. Good to see the captain making sure that there's no mistakes in her field settings. Remember, we're still in the power play. She's only allowed 2 players out at this stage of proceedings, and we saw on the innings of Vanuatu where they were in the field, there were several mistakes with the captain in terms of field placements. Back to Rugi now, guys. Short outside the off stump, got through the point region, and they look like they're going to push for... Actually, it's going to dribble, or did it dribble? It didn't dribble, push back, and they could end up running for it, I think.
I think they stopped thinking that the ball had reached the boundary, Tony. But
yeah, I think they're looking to, they're waiting for a call from out that way, but it looked like it stopped.
Ball just stopped,
stopped
just
as a
before
shot.
the boundary line. A good field in from the Samoan side, restricting them to just 2 runs. Gabriel on the attack. Oh, that was a chance there, Tony, but I think it was missed by the point fielder.
Yeah.
Steven moves to 12 runs. Another single for her. Score. Lengths out, the mainstay is on 2. The opening batter for Vanuatu. Pitch outside of stump. Punch to the offside as well, but no run. Straight to the fielder. 4th ball from Gabriel. That's an easy name to pronounce, Tony.
Yes.
It's a dot ball.
We won't get that one wrong.
No. Dot ball. 1 for 22. 2 balls to go in the 5th over. Lengths are 1 strike. Pitched up. Hit straight back to the bowler by Langsau, and no run taken. 1 ball to go in this over. Langsau facing Gabriel, and that's straight through, but missed the stumps. Safely taken by the wicket keeper, but no run as the over ball's been called by the umpire. That is a good over. To strongly or steadily building their innings. 1 for 22 after 5 overs. 1 more over to go for the power play, Tony.
Yeah.
And then after this over, the fielders can start changing.
You've got 5 fielders can be outside that inner circle after that over. So this is an important over. With Stephen on strike, I think she'd be thinking to herself, let's make hay while the sun shines. Hey, let's see if I can get a few runs on the board with the field still up. But she's going to be a very important part of this chase. And hopefully for her sake and her team's sake, she can hang in there and be there maybe in 10 overs.
She will be key for the Vanuatu side. She looks like the main batter for the Vanuatu. And change of bowling from the Rita Fleming courts. It's NJO. Tony, you'll need to find the right
NJ.
Pronunciation.
She's changed her name in each inning, so we're just going to call it NJ to this proceedings. It's Nora Jade Salama.
Nora Jane. It's NJ stands for Nora
NJ
Jane.
is her preferred initials when she's playing cricket, bowling or batting. So we'll go with what's on the board here and stick
NJ.
with NJ. Yeah.
NJ coming in for her 2nd ball. Full ball, played onto the onside, and that is a close one, Tony, but the umpire says not out. And safely home, Stephen brings a score to 13.
Yeah.
And good fielding, good piece of fielding by the Samoan mid-on fielder.
Yeah.
Direct hit, full ball, played onto the onside, nicely fielded. Direct hit, the umpire says not out. That is good cricket all round.
Great cricket.
Tony, wonderful to see these young girls effecting some magical moments in their cricket. And up in the air, straight to the point, fumbles, and a safe run for Vanuatu again. Lengths out, single run brings a score to 3 runs of 13 balls. That brings Steven back on the strike. The powerful Steven back on strike. She is on 13 runs, well over 100 runs of strike rate. She will be key for the Vanuatu batting side. Strongly built young girl from the Vanuatu side.
Ooh.
That is a good ball. The big swing and a miss by Steven. I think she is trying to get things going here for the Vanuatu batting side.
One thing I'm glad I'm not doing, Rugi, is having to judge the team of the tournament. I think we've got 12 players. You'll call them.
There is a strong hit again from Steven over the infield, and good piece of running as well to get 2 more runs for the Vanuatu team. Brings the score to 26 as Steven moves to 15 runs of 11 balls, and her strike rate is quite good at this stage, Tony, and that is key for Vanuatu as they have a big challenge in trying to get the Samoan total of 131 runs, which they scored earlier on.
Still a steady run rate of 4.46. Good start without losing many wickets.
Nicely played onto the offside again by Steven. She looks very, very good for. And they're taking the second run. It's going to be close, and
well done.
Well done.
Yeah.
It was quite risky, but I'll take it if the run had been safely taken. And that is the over ball. 2 runs from it. Samoa are now 1 wicket down for 28 runs after the first 6 power play overs, Tony, and the field changes will be starting to happen in the next power play overs from the 7th over to the 20th over. The field inside allowed 4 players outside of the inside of the playing field, the 30-yard circle. 30 yard, yes, correct. And there's Gabriel coming back from the Manu Autopot and to bowl his second over. Lengsau on strike for Vanuatu. She is on 3 runs of 13 runs.
Yeah, even though it's for Team Glory, there's also a international team of the tournament. Hopefully we can find out a little bit more about who they select or how the selection's made, hey? Hopefully we get some players from each team, Rugi, hey, for the final.
Correct.
The final honour.
Single run from Lengsau. Played on the onside. 1 run. Steven, the hard hitting Steven comes back on the strike. Gabriel from Manu Topot and down the leg side, played and missed by Steven. No run on this occasion again. Steven on 17. Played onto the offside. Another powerful shot by Steven. It's going down to the boundary rope. Second run from Steven, and that brings the score to 31 runs. Brings the Vanuatu score to 31 in 6.3 overs. Steven moves to 19 of 14 balls. She's going strong here, Tony.
Yeah, it's a good start. But again, the bowling's been tight, hasn't it? Hey, there've been very few loose deliveries, very few half trackers or full tosses, very few extras. So it's you can see the run rate of 4.65, whereas the run rate when the Samoans were batting stayed constant at 7 throughout the innings. So it's going to be a big ask for them to lift the run rate. And this young lady is a big part of that. So she's obviously feels the pressure a little bit with that shot.
Correct. She's trying to do the right thing. As the pressure is mounting up on her. She's going really well. She just needs to watch the ball, hit it accordingly. Play every ball on their merits. like this one.
Yeah.
She can powerfully clean the field quite easily, like so. And that is her second boundary for Steven, bringing her score to 23 runs. And she is looking to be the man, the girl for the Vanuatu team.
The mainstay, hey?
Mainstay.
Definitely.
That is the over ball, 4 runs coming from Steven.
Good call there, Rigi, because the ball before she lifted her head and took her eyes off it, the next ball she's watched it right on the face of the bat, and it has been shellacked through the mid-wicket region there. Always going to be 4 runs. She looks like she could hit a couple of sixes here too. She looks like she got the strength.
She's looking strong here, Tony. That's a good call. 1 for 35 after 7 overs. And Nora Jane, NJ, is back on the attack for Samoa from the Rita Flynn court end of the ground. Steven on strike. No, it is Langsau. Langsau on strike. Hit straight back to the bowler. First ball, dot ball.
If I was Stevens, I'd be saying, just get me down the other end, push and run, rotate the strike. On the mainstay here, get me on strike. So hopefully we can get a single here and get her back on strike. Again, she's had a windy wolf, hasn't she, hey?
Yeah, she
Never
has.
been patient.
Yeah, like you said, Tony, key for Langsau is to keep rotating and try to give as much strike as possible to Steven, because she's looking very powerful here, very strong here. Third ball.
That's
It's a defensive shot by Langsau. Bowler runs up to field of her own bowling. That is the third dot ball, keeping it tight here, NJ. And that will make the run rate keep on creeping up. It's now 7.6 runs, and the pressure is going to be mounting on Langsau. Fourth ball. She plays a big shot, plays it onto the onside. The infielder is there to field the ball. And fourth ball, another dot ball. Still 1 for 35 runs on the board for Vanuatu.
fantastic over this one by Nora Jade. It's Salima, so 2 more to go.
On this occasion, Tony,
No.
miss hit again, and it's going to be the last ball of the over, and I am going to call for a big shot from Langsau coming, Tony.
Well, there's been a few on this over, but she hasn't connected just yet, has she? Again,
She goes defensive.
I agree with that last ball.
That is a good shot.
She's going to keep Stevens on strike here, and I think that was
Well, wickets in hand is key here.
Yeah.
When you're chasing a big total, you will need the wickets at the back end of the innings. So,
Yeah.
But at the same time, they need to be ticking the scoreboard over,
Yeah.
making sure that they are not digging themselves into a big hole.
Yes, we said it's a run rate of about 7, so you're going to have to maintain that rotation of the strike. You can't afford to have a maiden over bowled to you, really, can you, hey? To take some risk running between wickets now that several of the fielders are out.
That was a maiden over from
Yeah.
NJ, beautifully bowled, 6 dot balls, effecting a maiden over.
Yeah.
So for the viewers, in cricket terms, if a run is not scored in the bowling of any bowler, we call it a maiden over. 6 dot balls in a row. Stevens back on the strike as Tia is now introduced into the Vanuatu bowling side, and that is played in the air and it's dropped.
Oh.
There was a chance there, but was misjudged by the fielder, and it's been put down, and that was a key wicket event, Tony,
Yeah,
of
definitely.
Steven, and didn't quite take their chance there.
A real
Samoans.
let off, hey?
That is a big let off. Was up in the air for some time, but
Did she get a
misjudged.
touch on that one, do you think?
I don't think so. She
No,
just misjudged
judged
it and missed everything. This was a big chance, and now Steven, they're going for quick run, and that is the way to go. Keep the scoreboard
Exactly.
ticking.
Linked
That
cell,
is the-
well done. push and run.
That is a good
push and
run.
And that takes the pressure off Stephen too, because that maiden over probably made her play that loose shot.
She did, that's correct. She played a big shot because the previous over pressure was already mounting on the ball onto the onside. It's a wide ball called by the umpire. 38 runs on the board now for Vanuatu.
Tia, a new bowler again. They also look like they can roll the arm over, don't they, hey? All of these Samoan girls look like they can pitch the ball on a spot. Looks like she better have a look at the action here. What's she got going for us?
Wide and nicely played by Stephen. It's running down the boundary, and that is another boundary from Stephen. Takes her score to 28 runs off 19 balls, and Vanuatu 42 runs on the board with the loss of 1 wicket. And Stephen is looking very strong here, Tony. She is scoring boundaries at will. Up to now, she can hit the ball a long way, and she is doing the right thing for her team. It's 1 for 42. Tia with 3 balls remaining in her first over actually, and played onto the onside again by Stephen. A deep mid-on region fielder fields and returns it back to the bowler. Another run for Stephen. She is now on 29 runs of 20 balls. 1 for 43. 2 balls to go in the 9th over. Leg side ball again, and it looks like there's going to be an overthrow. An extra run is taken, and that is poor fielding from the Samoan side. And Stephen, good running between the wickets by Stephen and Langsau. Staying aware of the situation of the match, sensing that there was an overthrow done, so sensibly crosses for the second run. Last ball of the over.
Significant thing, Ricky, we've pushed up the run rate to over 5 now, which is probably for about the first time since the first over. So they are on the charge, they're on the march.
It was about 9 runs off that over.
Yeah.
And that is a good over for Vanuatu, as Stephen on 29 and Langsau on 4 runs. Langsau is not doing anything silly. That is good batting from her, making sure that she doesn't lose her wicket, as Samoans are bowling quite tight here, keeping things tight here, and making sure a key for her role in this partnership is to keep rotating. Okay, there's a change of bowling from the Ritafling court end for the Samoan side, and it's going to be Jane, Tali, Ilagi, Manasseh coming from the Ritafling court end of the ground, and Stephen strongly looking on 29 runs for Vanuatu on strike. And it's tossed up in the air, hit in the air, and it's going to be fielded by the deep mid-on fielder. Just tried to toss it back into the field to stop it from going to the boundary, Tony, there by the fielders. And only 2 runs for Steven. She is on 31.
A nice hit though, wasn't it? A big strong hit. Yeah, she's a bit unlucky there. It's sort of that big peel.
That looked straight, but it was going down the leg side.
Yeah,
according to the umpire. And from here we could see the 3 wickets exposed.
Very optimistic appeal, hey?
It was very optimistic. Tossed up in there. Stephen goes for a big shot. Dot ball straight to the mid-wicket fielder.
She does give it some air, doesn't she? Hey, lots of flight.
Lots of flight, enticing the batter to go for the big shot or come out to. There she's done
little leggies that time.
Straight to the cover fielder, no run again. Just the 2 runs from the first ball. 2 more balls to go from Jane Manasseh.
Stevens on 31.
Steven on 31. She goes for another big shot. It's in the air and it's gonna be caught. No, it's been dropped again by the fielder, and it was a lollipop one for the fielder, but again she took her eye off in the very last moment before it actually went into her hands. Another let up for, and it's up in the air again. The bowler is coming to field it, and it's now taken on this occasion as Langsau is been dismissed. Cotton ball by Jane Talililagi Manasseh, and that is the 2nd wicket for Vanuatu. 2 down for 48 runs, and that is the over ball for Jane Manasseh at the 10th over mark. The Vanuatu are 2 down for 48 runs, and we will go for a technical drinks break, Tony.
Yep.
As the teams go for a break, for a technical drinks break.
A halfway mark, and we've still got a game on our hands, Ricky, haven't we? Definitely.
We are now halfway mark, correct. And we'll go for a short break here as the teams are huddling for their technical break.
Well, we're just discussing during the break, guys, that the dropping of Stevens just prior to the drinks break could be very significant. We still got their biggest hitter, their biggest threat still out there, and as Rugi will tell you, even though the worms aren't quite overlapping each other, they can quickly change with one big striker who seems to have the power and the ability to hit the big scores, the big runs. Excuse me, as we get some water into our system after a quick snack. H is devouring everything here at the Amini Park Oval. Tia, right arm over. Risky, a big peer for LBW, very optimistic. Stevens has been eyeing off that mid-wicket fence, and she's saying, you just bolt my zone. There's a gap of around about 57 metres between the mid-wicket and the mid-on, and that's where I'm going to strike the ball if I get a chance.
She is picking the right balls to score, and playing them correctly.
Yeah.
Like this one, it's hit down, straight down the ground, knowing there's an outfielder there, and goes for 2 runs. It was close there, Tony. Again, another run out, close run out call, but umpire says safely home, and Steven moves to 34 of 27 runs.
Great to see Helen being very impressive with her umpire today.
She has, yeah.
Very impressive.
So Helen Atai is the umpire. She is from, and that's 50 runs from the Vanuatu batters, bringing this. Oh, there's a mix up there, and there's a run out there.
Oh, no.
They tried to effect. No, there's a bit of mix up there.
Which run out was first?
There is a bit of mix-up there. I think the first run out was Lang Sao, so she has to be out. Lang Sao has to go. I think the umpire is trying to sort
this out.
the issue out.
And that's what they're discussing now, because there's no double plays in cricket like there are in baseball. And this will be a very, very important moment in the game. So let's have a look. What they're asking now is, was that first run out out? If it was out, if Helen says that was out, then of course we know that Stevens will not be out. She'll still be there to strike. So
no, she has to be out on Helen's side, umpire.
Exactly,
Helen.
That's right. So
yeah,
what we're talking about now, she's saying, was the first decision out? If it wasn't, then young Stevens is going to be given out.
The umpire is having a long discussion here.
Yeah.
Helen should have said it's out. It
yeah.
looked out from
where we are. If H could bring the replay up to us.
Just
he's talking about it now. He's saying, just hold your horses there, Tony. He's giving it his best shot.
And the right call has been made.
Excellent. Well done,
by
Rudy.
the umpires.
Yeah.
And Steven remains not out, as Lang Sao was. The first run out was effected on Lang Sao's side, so she has to be out on this occasion. And the umpires had made the right call. As per the rules, the first run out was effected on Lang Sao's side, and she has to go. Steven remains not out on 34. Vanuatu are now 3 wickets down for 50 runs.
Tell you what, Rick, you could pocket this video and make it the rules of cricket all in one day. We've seen everything today with different decisions, hey? Everything. It's been a really hard day for the umpires, where they've really had to earn their money and know their rules. Have a look, let's have a look. First thing, she grabs the ball, knocks it over, and as Rugi said straight from the start, the first decision has to be out.
Tia continue in from the Vanuatu end of the ground. 2 runs and a wicket so far in 3 balls of her second over.
So great teamwork from the umpires there, guys. Great teamwork from the umpires. Good to see. I think it's wise from Stephen. She's taking her gloves off. She's taking some big breaths. She's regrouping. She's got to say to herself that it was not my fault. I've got a big job to do for my team. I've now put that behind me.
The new batsman for Vanuatu is Matautava.
Nice work, Ricky. Nice work.
That is good work, Tony?
There's a lot of vowels in that name, isn't there?
It's Maya Matautava.
Oh, she's bowled a ranker.
It's played down onto the leg side by Steven again. Not a big shot to the outfield. And 1 run only taken from this ball. 2 balls to go. Tia coming from the Manu end. As Maya goes for a shot, mistimes it, hits it back straight to the bowler. No run again for Tia, and score remains at 51. Last ball. Down onto the leg side, played onto the leg side by Matautava for a single, and that is the over ball, Tony. And Vanuatu 3-4-51 after 11 overs. That's the Manhattan chapter 20. The Samoan looking bit ahead at this stage of the innings of the match, I should say. And the equation is the Vanuatu will need another 18 runs of 50 balls remaining, which is very doable here, Tony, especially in T20. And Steven is looking strong on 35 runs, and it will be up to Matautava to support Stephen in these remaining balls.
Yeah, support by rotating the strike with Jane coming in, 1 for 3 off 1. Let's get her off strike and get Stevens back on. So,
It is way outside of the white line and slapped onto the offside by Matautawa for her first run. She is off the mark now. Matautawa. No, actually it's her second run. Tony?
yep.
And that brings Steven on strike. Jane tossed it up. Hits it on the volley and going down to the boundary line, and the mid on fielder has come across to field the ball and throws it back to the bowler for just 1 run. 2 runs, is it? 1 run for.
Should have been 2, Riggy. Should have been 2 runs, without a doubt.
And edged on to the third man region. No run again. Good feeling from the Samoan fielders. Overthrow there, but nicely backed up by the mid-wicket fielder. 4th ball coming up from Jane. Tossed up again. Matautawa goes for a shot. Mistimes it. Edges onto the onside as the fielders run into fielder ball. No run taken again here, Tony, and the balls are creeping down quite fast with the strike rate lifting, and it's just been hit back straight back to the bowler, and the 3rd wicket for Vanuatu falls. 3 wickets down for 54 runs. Matautawa departs on 2 runs of 6 balls, and this is the 2nd wicket for Jane. 2 for 5 runs off her 2 overs so far. 4th wicket, actually, Tony. I should correct that. 4 down now, 54 runs, 11.5 overs with 1 ball remaining on the 12th over. Steven is looking strong here, but she will need a strong support from her partners here, as she is looking very, very promising for her team, for the Vanuatu side.
They're making a bit of a statement here, Samoa, aren't they? Hey, maybe the team to beat. Well, no, it's early days yet, but yeah, Winnetong, who's also in the Australian Indigenous under-19 team, so this is have a lot of cricket, a lot of ability, and hopefully get some runs here today. Big chance for her.
Wanitong, is it?
Yeah.
Wanitong.
Yep. Big job of support. Run rate's important too at the moment. It's getting right up there now. It's becoming very difficult, so we need a partnership. We need it quickly. We need it now.
Last ball of the over, that completes the 12th over, and the Vanuatu side are 4 down for 54 runs. Steven on 36. Wellington just joined her at the crease, yet to score. There is the Wem chat there, and the 3 quick wickets have contributed in the decrease of the run rate for the Vanuatu betting side. There's a bit of discussion happening, trying to correct the right number of balls here, I reckon, Tony?
I think that might be the case. They're having a good talk. Let's see what
that was the over ball, but they're not trying to bowl an extra ball. I'm not sure what's happening here.
Yeah.
How did they get it wrong?
Yeah, I'm not sure. 2, 4, 6. Let's see. Anyway,
that is a
she's
wide
called it a
ball.
wide even to make it more complicated for us. So that's interesting, and it's vital in a game like this.
That is wide.
Yeah, I agree.
Extra ball again. Tossed up. Wanitong defense. Straight back to the bowler. No run, I think. And that will complete at last the 12th over. 4 55 after 12 overs. Stephen on 36 and Wanitong yet to score.
Yes, by every time, I think it's tomorrow evening, we would have seen every team play. It'll be interesting to recalculate who we think might be the favourites for this tournament, hey? But so far, Samoa very impressive, especially with their really good score of 130 odd, and now backing it up with some good tight bowling and some good fielding as well. Tia comes in, little wristy shot. Stevens gets onto that one, but it's only going to be one run to deep mid wicket. What's your gut feeling here, Riggy? You've had a good look at all the teams when they've been training and playing, and any standout favourites?
Well, Samoa will be, as the defending champions. They won the last women's under 19 qualifiers in Japan, I think. So the Indonesia.
How long ago was this?
That was a couple of years ago. So the women's under 19 World Cup qualifier comes around every 2 years.
Yeah.
So a couple of years ago they played in the World Cup. That was big thing for the Samoan cricket.
Yeah.
And Stephen plays it down the field again, down the ground again for another couple of runs.
Just hope that's her pad and not a hamstring there, hey?
Oh no, that's the last thing they will want to see.
Maybe a bit of cramp?
Bit of cramp there. She is on 39, looking strong here. Tony.
Tia into bowl.
Tia balls on the offside, straight to the deep, extra cover, fieldsman for a single run for Stephen. That will bring her score to 40 runs in 33 balls, and Vanuatu a 60 on the scoreboard with the loss of 4 wickets. 2 balls remaining in the 13th over. Balls on the offside, played and missed by the batter, and also by extra runs. That brings Stephen on strike to face the last ball of Tia's third over.
Would any of the Samoan girls in this team represented in the last qualifiers, or is it a stage
Yeah, a
they would have been?
couple have also been maintained from, and that is straight through.
Yeah.
That is straight through. And Stephen, the key, the dangerous Stephen is being clean bowled by Tia for a well contributed 40 runs for the Vanuatu batting team. And the replay shows it just goes for a big shot, misses, and the stumps are rattled, and that's the end of the innings for Stephen.
For Vanuatu's sake, we hope it is just cramp and she can get some hydrolytes into her, and that's not an injury, because that would be significant for their chances further on in this tournament, eh? Said with some excellent performances from Samoa. Looks like there's a team of all-rounders in this Samoan team. They can all bat, they can all bowl, they're all reasonable fielders, so great credit to their coaching staff and also to their pathway that they have there in Apia.
They've done really well in the junior programs.
Yeah.
Stella, the CEO, has been on the helm for up to 10 years, doing a good job in Samoa. I think they focused, in the last 10 years, they focused a lot on their junior cricket. And they're reaping the results of strong junior competitions in up here, down in Samoa.
Yep.
Jane coming back on the strike. The attack with when it's on strike, she is on 1 of 4 balls. The first ball goes for a big wide as the umpire signals. When it's on strike, Jane continuing from the Ritaflin court end of the ground. Another dot ball. When it's on new onto the crease, she will be needing a bit more time to set her eye in before she can play some big shots as the strike rate creeps up for the Vanuatu, and there is a risky 1 run, a close run out chance, but in the end safely home for another single run for Vanuatu as the score is now on 63 with the loss of 5 wickets. Vanuatu are needing 69 runs of the last 40 balls, and they will need a bit of, they will have to bring some strong hit in going towards the end of their innings. It's a wide again from Jane, and 5 for 64. Thompson, new batter, is back on strike as the ball's been tossed up. Goes for a sweep shot but misses. No run again on this occasion. 64 runs, loss of 5 wickets, 3 balls to go in the 14th over. Tossed up again. Hit straight, no, hit to the mid-wicket region, no run again. Another dot ball, 2 balls to go. Thompson goes for a big shot, misses. Safely taken by wicket-keeper. Dot ball again, 1 ball to go. Jane hurrying things up, trying to get through this over pretty quickly as they put the pressure on for the Vanuatu batting. 5 wickets down, over ball. After 14 overs, 64 runs on the board for Vanuatu with the loss of 5 wickets. That is the bowling chart for Vanuatu. Olivier, Hadia, Gabriel, NJ, Tia and Jane have all done a good job for their team. 5 wickets down so far, 64 runs, 6 overs remaining, 68 runs yet to, or 68 runs to win the game for Vanuatu. 68 runs of 36 balls, Tony. It's still doable, but wickets will be key for Vanuatu as Samoa will be putting a lot more pressure in the dying stages of the...
It's really, yeah, for sure. I've just been going through the profiles of our Vanuatu and lots of heritage. I'm sure there's some of the girls, their dads have played against you along the journey somewhere, so it's getting very difficult for the Vanuatuans now, and it's knocked a stump over there, so unfortunately Wenatong's looked at that one plumbing into the stumps, and she makes her way back to pavilion. So yeah, it's getting harder by the moment. And, it's a credit to these Samoan girls, isn't it, eh? Do you know about their connection with the Auckland Cricket Club at all? I'll have to have a chat about that. Is it a long-term thing or reciprocated thing where their coaches come and help out?
Yeah, like all the countries in the region, they have a special partnership with Australian state cricket teams and also New Zealand state cricket teams. So Samoa being closer to New Zealand,
yeah,
they have a partnership with Auckland Cricket
Club.
So that's where they get help from the Auckland Cricket
Association.
Like cricket PNG, we have a partnership with Queensland Cricket.
Correct. Yeah.
And they support us from coaching support,
equipment,
and our capacity building as well.
Yeah.
We've just sent Kila Pala down to one of our coaches down to Queensland for some coaching workshop. Those kind of support comes through the partnerships we established with the Australia and New Zealand state teams.
Yes. Yeah, it was interesting chatting. You know, a lot of the girls were saying they school in New Zealand and they also get support in New Zealand as well for their cricketing futures. And that's fantastic for the South Pacific, isn't it, hey?
That is very good. That is the support they give goes a long way, especially growing the game of cricket in the regions.
Yeah.
And that's edged and missed by the wicketkeeper, going down to the boundary. 2 runs for Vanuatu again, brings their score to 66. And the new batswomen for Vanuatu is Kenny. It's Kenny, Sharon Kenny.
Sharon, now that's an easy one,
That's
isn't it?
an easy one.
Hates breathe a sigh relief. They got that one right. It's Sharon Kenny.
It's a new batter.
She's Australian. They'll be calling her Shazza. Hey?
Shaza is on. Oliver is back on the attack for Samoa. First ball, wicket, a dot ball, 2 runs, and the 4th ball is another dot ball.
Fantastic figures, isn't it? Hey, 2.4 overs, 2 for 8. That is test. You know, that's test match figures. You take that, Mitchell Stark. Well pitched up outside off stump.
Outside off stump. Kenny goes for a big shot, misses. Straight back to the wicket keeper and no run again. 6 for 66 runs.
At one stage you coached the Lowers, is that correct?
Yeah, I did.
How much have you seen women's cricket develop over the last 10 years?
It has come a long way, the women's cricket profile. Our women's cricket are now full-time contracted players. When I coached, we didn't have the contract system, or we're just introducing the contract system for the women's. When I coached some 7 years ago, we were starting to build the profile of the women's cricket, and it was up to the players to embrace that transition, and I think they've done really well. Kaya Arua, our former skipper, she passed away a couple of years ago. She was a key player in the setup, and they've come a long way. Brenda is now leading the side, and they've gone from strength to strength, the women's profile, and credit goes to the young women that are currently in the team, maintaining the growth of the game, especially at the international. And they've done really well, Tony, to be honest.
Yeah, for
One
sure.
of our successful teams there, the women's. They'll be preparing for their international matches shortly. They have ODI status now. So exciting times ahead for the Lewis program. And if we win this tournament, it will be key for our development as well, because we've on 2 occasions we've failed at the under 19 level for the women. So I'm sure our coaches and everyone's worked really hard to get us over the line this time around, and with the home crowd advantage, we're looking to have some success by the end of this tournament. Yes.
Again, the bowling has been very, very impressive. Line, length, consistency, and as we said at the start of this, there's been very few extras, very few wides, very few byes. Credit to the keeper as well. She's been a bit of a backstop there, stopping the ball getting through. So it's sort of akin to giving 49 free runs at the start of the innings, isn't it? Hey, bowling so many extras. So that's a learning for the Vanuatuan team. I'm sure the coaches will be working on that, about not giving away too many free runs in the innings. So we'll do the maths at the end of it. We'll add 49 runs onto what they've already got, and that will make it a much closer game, won't it, hey? Much closer game.
49 extras is too much.
Yeah.
too much of help to the batting side.
Now, when you consider the top score's only been about 43 or so, you know, extras has dominated today. But their defence, it was very slippery when they first went out to play today. It was hard to grip the ball a little bit.
It was a bit dewy from the rain, overnight rain. And you're quite correct, the Vanuatu side. Where had a bit of challenge early on, but
mix up there.
That's the over ball, Tony. That's the 16th over. Vanuatu, 68 runs for 6 wickets down.
NJ, very impressive. None for 8 of her 3 overs. They really have clamped things down, and they talk about the worm that turned. For Vanuatu, the worm's turning in the wrong direction at this stage, which is a bit sad. Funny because I think when Vanuatu finished in around about 4 overs time, that score of 80 is going to be looking like the one we predicted, wasn't it? We said between 80 and 90 runs being key. So it's all credit to Samoa.
They're boring. Hadia back on the attack from the Manuan. 17th over. First ball, another good ball.
I think she's got the wind behind her now. She's got a tail up as well.
She's got the wind behind her now. She went up the hill her first spell.
Yeah.
Did she? No, she's
still from the same end, but the wind has sprung up, and H and I were asking a little bit of that just to dry the oval out even further. So this afternoon's game, there will be no excuses in terms of the ground being dry and the outfield being quicker.
Good ball. She's a solid bowler. Nadia. She's the main spearhead bowler for Samoa. Yeah.
Reminiscent of some of those UAE bowlers we witnessed at the end of last year.
Bit of pace on her.
Yeah.
For under 19 women's cricket, so that is very good, promising talent for the Samoan women's cricket.
And can bat.
2 dot balls, and that is a wicket straight up in the air, safely taken by the mid-wicket fielder, and that is the 7th wicket for Vanuatu. They are now reeling at 7 down for 68 runs, still needing 64 runs, and the pressure is mounting really big.
Very well deserved wicket too, wasn't it? She's bowled splendidly. She looked down at her feet there. Maybe he was worried about a no ball. But very impressive, Rugi.
That brings the new batter onto the crease for Vanuatu, and it's Claudia Inguen for Vanuatu. Joining Thompson at the crease, and the Samoans are looking very strong at this point of the match, Tony.
Yeah.
As Vanuatu will still need 64 runs with 21 balls remaining.
64 runs and a miracle, I think, in terms of
more than a miracle they will need from here on.
Especially with Hadia with a tail up, again pushed short of a length.
Another quick ball from Hadia. 4 dot balls so far, including a wicket ball. Thompson on strike, tried to negotiate the pressure bowling from the Samoan bowler Hadia. As the equation shows, there's a lot of pressure on these young shoulders for the Vanuatu batters. Still needing 64 runs with 20 balls remaining. Hadia 5th ball, defended by Inguen. Dot ball straight to the fielder, no runs taken. Last ball of the over, she will be looking to close off the over strongly with a dot ball or better, a wicket, as she is quite on song here, Hadia. 1 wicket so far of 13 runs of 2.5 overs. Last ball.
It's short
Drops
of
it
the
short
lane.
and edged to the gully region across for single. That will be the over ball. Vanuatu are 7 down for 69 runs at the end of the 17th over.
Well bowled, young lady. I think that's the over of the match so far, Rugi. I thought that was a splendid bit of bowling. She's hitting that short of a length, hard to drive, nothing that you can pull or cut. It's probably just a nail into the coffin of the poor old Vanuatuans at this stage. 3 overs to go. Runs to win 63. Wickets in hand 3. Everything points to a Samoan victory here in the first clash in this T20 Under-19 World Cup Qualifier Series. Gabriel pushes that one back down, has a second whack at that one. I think that's. I don't want to see any other controversial decisions here. Please don't.
Dot ball first up. Gabriel 2.1 overs so far, none for 10 runs. Onto the pads. A soft uphill for LBW. The wicketkeeper and the bowler were not interested, rightfully so, as the ball was going down the leg side. And umpire clearly says not out. Dead ball from Gabriel. Down the leg side, again hits the pad. No run again. Ingwen on strike. 6 balls, she's faced 6 balls so far, Tony, 1 run. And I think pressure is mounting onto the batters now. That's good bowling, nothing silly here, not trying to do too much, just placing the ball in the right areas and allowing the batters to decide on the shots. Down the leg side, the batsman moved away in the line of the ball and it's a no ball. Full toss above waist height and the umpire signals no ball. Is it?
Let's have a look. She's having a chat.
It's going to be a free hit ball next up.
I haven't seen the signal yet. H hasn't seen it yet either.
Free hit, ump. Give us the signal.
Yeah,
there you go.
She's
Tony.
a crowd pleaser. Thank you for that. We were waiting in bated breath. H gets
Free
excited.
hit ball.
Have a whack at that one.
Straight back. Oh, there's a mix-up again here.
No, no,
Two
no,
batters
no.
ends up on the same
No.
field, and that is
That's a
terrible
tragedy, yeah.
run out for Vanuatu at this stage of the match.
For our listeners, there's only 2 ways to go out on the free hit. One is run out, the other is to hit the ball twice. And we saw one of them. So these umpires today have had their work cut out with just about every decision in the book, Rugi. And that's one we didn't expect off a free hit. So yeah.
That is the 8th wicket down for Vanuatu. They're now 8 down for 70 runs. Still needing 62 runs, but the game is fast getting away from the Vanuatu side. As you see in the replay, the 2 batters ended up on the same end of the wicket and it was terrible. It was a very tragic run out, especially on a free hit, Tony. And like you said, that's one of the ways you can get out, only on free hits.
Yeah, it's something they. It's an education thing, isn't it?
Probably, rightfully. It's another education thing for these young cricketers.
Yeah.
And that brings Karu onto the field to bat for Vanuatu. It's Nesline Karu.
Yep.
Nesline Karu, number 10 batter for Vanuatu. Onto the leg side, hits the pad, going down the leg side. Umpire says not out, and that is the over ball from Gabriel. Another very good over from Gabriel. 1 run off the over, 1 wicket taken, and Vanuatu in a difficult position at 8 wickets down for 17 runs with 2 overs remaining, still needing 62 runs to win this match. Not out batsman for Vanuatu is Claudia Ingwen, and Karu, Nesline Karu.
Miss auntie is in the current Vanuatu women's side. Bit of heritage there.
Oliver into the attack for Samoa from the Manu Topot end of the ground. This is going to be her last over. She's bowled 3.1 overs so far with the figures of 2 for 8 runs. She's bowled really, really well, Tony.
Yeah, excellent. At the game, these selectors are going to have their work cut out picking a combined side, aren't they? Hey,
yeah, there's a lot of promising talent that have been displayed here, Tony. You're correct. And this Oliver is another talent, big talent and promising player for Vanuatu women's cricket.
Yeah.
Strongly built, nice run up.
Well coached.
Yeah.
Even the grip on the ball, have a look. That's come out beautifully.
That is solid bowling action from her. Two balls so far, 2 dot balls. Vanuatu still on 8 wickets down for 70 runs. Claudia Ingwen on strike. 4th ball coming. Straight stump to stump. Defended well by Claudia Ingwen. Another dot ball again here. Things looking very, very hard for Vanuatu now, as the equation reads. They still need 62 runs from 8 balls remaining. That is undoable from here on. You can't win from here. And that's gone way above the waist height. And the umpire signals no ball and gives the free hit sign as well. The next ball, the batsman will have to go for a free hit.
We're just hoping for not another run out, because I know that's not the greatest English. Please, come on, you can do it.
Free hit ball, England on strike, and she gives a back shot. I don't know what you call it shot.
That's why the boy played in the nets 2 weeks ago when we were having hit rookie. He tried to play the backward one-handed sweep with the non-preferred hand. It's a tennis shot. Look.
That is a, what do you call it?
Oh, that's a reverse drive. That's a reverse drive.
Reverse behind the back drive.
She wasn't even looking at the ball. If she'd hit that, it would have been a crowd pleaser, Hayes. That would have been awesome. Oh, Ricky, I've lost it.
Still a free hit. Yep.
Keep the free hits coming, says Ricky.
That's out. That's another one. Off a free hit, Tony.
Oh my God. Hey,
cheer, oh dear.
We're going to write the book of comedy about this, hey. Have a look.
Dear, oh dear. Another run out of a free hit. You don't get that a lot in cricket.
No, but to have it twice on the one day and the one afternoon, or we in the afternoon? We are in the afternoon.
That is good piece of fielding by someone fielders.
Awesome.
Knowing that it was a free hit, but you can still get a wicket of a free hit still through a run out, and that's how they effected it. And good piece of fielding there. Direct hit. Ingwen's run out for 1 run, and Samoa further into trouble. Vanuatu further into trouble.
Beautifully picked up, and another learning there. She didn't glide her bat in, Rugi, so that's another thing. She should have made that very, very easily.
9 wickets down, 72 runs. Things not looking good here for Vanuatu. They're on 72 runs, still needing 60 runs. and balls remaining 7 runs, which is a long way from home.
It's a bridge too far, I'm afraid. A bridge too far, H. Right, I'm around the wicket. I'll have obviously something they practice. Rugi, did you encourage your girls to come around the wicket at times?
I think, yeah. And
Keepers missed that one.
keepers missed that. Umpire will signal byes. There you go. That is the over ball, Tony.
Yeah.
And Samoa, Vanuatu are 9 for 73 after 19 overs. And sorry, England still in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was
call.
a bit of a mix-up first up. So it is England still in, and Poilapa.
Poilapa has joined
Poilapa's
now.
in.
6 balls, 59 runs. Last over. Poilapa on strike. England non-strikers in. NJ is back on the attack to bowl her 4th over from the Ritterfling hot end of the field. 6 balls, 59 runs.
And deserves a wicket. And
There
gets
you
one.
go, straight through.
Yeah.
That was the right way to get the wicket. Full straight through, played and missed. That is the 10th wicket for Samoa, cleaning up the match, bowling out Vanuatu for 70 runs, winning by a healthy 59 runs. And that is a good start for the Samoan team as the defending champions of the East Asia Pacific region. That is good message sending for the rest of the tournament. A strong, powerful display of cricket by the Samoan side, winning by 59 runs, and that is the first match for the tournament, Tony.
Well done, Rugi. Beautiful calling, great insight into the game, and as we said, we're very blessed to have him here. His knowledge of the game is second to none in PNG. As we said, we're still feeling our way in the box here. We don't know the teams that well. There's not a lot of information on a lot of the players, but what we do know is the Samoans look mighty, mighty powerful. We have a break now as H gets his what we call the H highlights ready. How is getting them all ready for us to play. We'll have a break and we'll see you at the next game, hopefully, when PNG meet the mighty Fijians here at Amini Park in around about an hour's time.